Leave meeting.
Uninstall Zoom.
Again,
Leave Zoom.
part this plane of reality.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Tales from the Forgotten Troop. We're here with more Jukebox Justice. Yay, the drama continues.
Yay, drama.
If you're enjoying what we're doing, there are many ways to support the show. We have a Beacons page with lots of affiliate links that you can buy stuff and give us money, or a coffee for more money, or there's Redbubble with merch. You just anything you want.
Give us your money.
You can get a Hero Forge mini.
You can do that.
You can get a cool shirt.
You could get
Or a
cool
sticker.
shirt.
I don't have a
Hopefully
sticker
we'll have
to show
some
off.
shaken milk merch soon.
Mhm.
Jenna? Cough, Jenna?
Mm-hmm,
You can also follow us on social media to keep up with updates about the show, or join the Discord where the chaos continues. If you're watching the VOD on YouTube, make sure to like it and subscribe so you can get notified when new videos are posted. We've got quite a few going up now for a while. Yes.
If you didn't see it, I highly recommend the last episode of Tales from the Loop. It was quite the scene.
Quite a few scenes. Wait,
Sorry,
will
Larry.
it get done in 8 episodes? I don't know. We'll see. I'm trying. And I'm dying. It's fine. For now, we can have everyone introduce themselves and who they are playing. So who would like to go first?
Do we have a question?
Do we have an icebreaker?
I have not had an icebreaker in like weeks. So if that tells you anything.
There are no icebreakers here.
Wait, hang on. Work faster, brain.
What Monopoly piece would your character pick?
Ooh.
I have to look.
I thought you were gonna say what Monopoly would your character create.
I mean,
that's a different thing.
Demolition.
From the original Monopoly pieces, not the new ones with the. I don't know what the new ones are. To be fair.
Marxism, monopoly, a contradiction in every box.
Is that our next merch item?
All right. I'm Jenna.
Themed Monopoly.
And I play Precious as a human, aka Roxy, aka Calamity. And, yes, just like that. And yes.
She's like, I must lick.
She would have the car as her piece, obviously.
Zoomies.
Yes. Yes.
I'm Maria. I play Elena, aka Easy Living. And she would probably, if Natalie's not playing, she would play the thimble. If Natalie's playing, she's obviously the thimble. Otherwise, she would just be like the horse and rider or something. She just like pick one randomly as long as Natalie's not playing. But given the option, she would pick the thimble.
I think I'll go next here. Hello, everyone. I am Mr. Crow, alternatively just Crow, and I'll be playing Joe Hatathli, aka Watchdog. And I think after getting snaked out of the car by Roxy, I feel like
She'll fight you for it.
I think out of the available pieces, Joe would probably go with the top hat.
That makes sense.
So we've got race car, thimble
Thimble or horse guy.
or horse guy, top hat, cannon, I guess, for Cynthia. I'm Brianna. I play Cynthia Evans. I think the cannon would probably be her vibe.
We wish it was a trebuchet.
We launched capitalists out of it.
Yeah.
Or in this particular scenario, your father.
That is a
That's what I said.
yes. Same thing.
Barbie is a capitalism.
Cool.
Barbies.
Start of the session. Add a team to the pool. We've got 8 team.
8
That's
team.
a lot of team.
It is a lot of team. Use your team.
Hopefully,
I'm
I might be using
home
some
alone.
tonight.
I don't have any. There's nobody to use team with.
Previously on Jukebox Justice, Sylvie blocked out the portal and her room with a thick casing of vines due to her anxiety after some recent revelations. She also fell into a bit of a depression nap after being left alone. Roxy and Eugene made it to the safe house where Joe was, and Eugene had a long conversation with Joe about leaning on his friends and offering them support in an emotional way if he couldn't find an opportunity to help them with his powers immediately. Emotions, how about that? Those exist. Roxy
Don't
also...
be ridiculous.
Roxy also had a good conversation. If we don't laugh about it, it's trauma.
Oh.
Tell my therapist that next time. She's not gonna be happy with that one.
Roxy also had a good conversation with Joe. What did I write here? Okay. Roxy had a good conversation with Joe, which brought them onto some more solid ground. And Joe was able to speak his mind a little about not liking the jokes Roxy made about his werewolf abilities and peanut butter.
And tail.
And the tail.
And the tail.
Specifically the tail.
Cynthia and Sarah left to go see if Sarah's parents were alive, but they weren't at their old apartment, so instead of breaking into City Hall to look for some records, they instead went to Sarah's old apartment to see what the state of it was. They found that it had been mostly cleaned out, but some of her stuff was still there, including some old thieving gear which she had packed up, old thieving gear, which she packed up. Oh my god. She packed up along with her most important stuff that was still around. It was a rather emotional experience for her, and she vowed to find the guy who did this and rip him a new one, to put it mildly. Meanwhile, Roxy and Sylvie went to talk to Henry about what her mom did to Joe, and she was resistant to Roxy just beating up Iron Maiden and decided to come along.
That's what everybody's resistant to, except for Roxy.
Joe said that I can't take Iron Maiden, and now it is stuck in Roxy's head to prove him wrong.
Oh boy.
Nothing wrong could possibly go.
That sounded like a challenge to Roxy.
This led to a tense confrontation between the group where Henry made a valiant and difficult stand of pushing back against her mom, despite Iron Maiden's constant attempts at brushing her concerns aside and treating her like a child that was throwing a tantrum. He said they'd talk about it the next night at home, which Roxy was like, no, absolutely not.
No second
Just
location.
a lot of no. We don't do that here. No.
Henry, feeling out of place and freaked out, went home to pack up her stuff and let Roxy and Sylvie take her back to the base for some movies and ice cream. And some cuddles
Roxy
with Sylvie in German Shepherd form.
Has forgotten that Joe is going to be heading back to the base in the morning, so that'll be fun.
Fine. Totally fine. There was also, something else that
disaster.
We'd also had a brief glimpse of some hero ? In a cowboy getup named Spuds McKenzie.
Spuds McKenzie. Oh, I should have wanted Spuds McKenzie for Halloween.
That was my friend's suggestion. I just said I need a superhero name, and he said Spuds McKenzie.
Alrighty.
The hive mind expands.
So Joe is sleeping at a safe house.
Yep.
Cynthia and Sarah are doing some emotional painting in another safe house. Roxy, Sylvie, and Henry are eating ice cream and watching movies at the base, and Elena is at the small estate.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything anyone had for the rest of that night, or are we good to skip ahead to the morning?
I did want to do a little scene with Henry.
Okay.
Just like, yeah, she wants to just kind of like, while they're watching movies, be like, I kind of got the impression that your mom might have been like threatening Joe low key with like physical violence. your whole relationship, or at least like, I don't know, since he changed. Just
it was, he only got super intense around when he got powers.
yeah.
Before that, it was, it was kind of just going with the flow and everything.
Yeah. I just get the impression that like she threatened him, like to keep you out of it. I don't know for sure, but I get that impression.
Okay, sorry. I think I am confused. Do you mean like when Iron Maiden just attacked Joe?
No.
Or
Yeah, like the whole time. Like since, she locked him in the basement in chains and used excessive violence.
Gotcha.
I just get the impression that I'm not saying you have to forgive him. Not being honest is still not okay, but I wonder if that fear didn't have something to do with it.
I don't know.
Well,
that might be, I think that it's only something Joe would be able to tell us.
That's true.
Because I could kind of see it both ways if it didn't really start getting dangerous until recently and he started keeping secrets, but I feel like if it was just always a concern of her threats, then there would have been a lot more secrets since the beginning.
Maybe he just wanted to keep things from you that he was worried you might try to get involved in, because you were scared for him. I don't know. I'm just postulating, whatever. Grandpa Les says that word when you're thinking about something that maybe could be true or not true. Who knows?
Maybe.
Anyways. Did it feel good standing up to your mom?
I don't know, honestly. Do you want down? There you go.
No, I'm good on the couch. Thanks.
I kind of feel like everything is just going to explode at any minute, so...
I mean, the city's kind of on a hair trigger right now. Just in general.
Yeah, but maybe more so with my mom.
Oh, yeah. I wonder how she feels about the registry.
I don't know.
Maybe she could use all her scariness to threaten somebody that matters. Not that Joe doesn't matter, but I mean, city official, John Evans or something. I don't know, whatever.
I don't think she'd go after anyone with a lot of political or social weight.
Yeah, but I mean, the registry means that she would have to register, which means she would have to give her real name, which would reveal who she is and who her family is and putting you in danger. Because then you and your dad could be used as leverage. Not that I think that you're easy prey or anything. Just thought process of Roxy DeMarco,
Yeah. Everything
Echo
kind of
taught me to think like that.
Everything kind of happened so quickly. We haven't had a chance to talk about it, so I don't know where. I mean, I'm sure she doesn't like the idea, but I don't know if she would outwardly speak out against it or reject it, or just silently push back. Kind of like, you don't go and register, and then if they're like, oh, well, you need to come register, kind of like, oh, well, try and make me,
That was my plan. Yeah. I mean, I don't really have a plan, but like, maybe doing some PR work and then being like, yeah, I'm not gonna register.
Yeah.
Just get a different costume for every time you go out, and then,
There's just a list of superheroes that they need to register, but it's only
yeah,
one
but
person.
they're all outlaws, but like, they can't find them because they don't exist anymore because you burned that identity.
You're gonna go through a lot of identities.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to come up with so many superhero names. I wonder what their plan is if we just refuse to do it.
There's got to be something.
I don't know,
but they're. I doubt that they would just announce this without having some sort of guarantee that they could get people to comply.
Yeah, normal is not very good. They do bad things to people, so people like me.
I haven't had a whole lot of time to look into them, but if this is the kind of thing they're backing, then...
They had a camp for kids that had superpowers, and they were doing experiments on them.
What?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where the camp is, otherwise I would have already demolished it on purpose this time. Not
Did have a little inkling of that, I would quickly remind you, Charlie, just because Joe had confided what Echo had told him to her.
Roxy's not going to talk about Echo's past with Normal, but she can give general information because she already knows this from Mia as well.
Did you know the organization was named Normal, though? When you talked to her about that?
No, I don't think so. I do not believe I knew the name of it. I just knew that she had been, sent out of town to some camp. Okay. Have her powers removed.
Yeah.
Didn't work.
Joke's on them. I have even more. I get whatever powers I want. Bitches. Yeah, no, they were trying to get rid of their powers, doing weird experiments on them. I don't think it worked. I knew one person that had been to the camp, and I don't think she had. I don't know if they changed her powers or not, but she didn't have a great grasp on her powers. They were very connected to her emotions. I mean, I don't know how that works. I'm just strong, so if I get mad and throw something, I might destroy a whole building. That could be a thing that happens, but I can't create black holes with my brain or anything. So
Henry mutters under her breath, are there multiple organizations?
What do you mean multiple organizations?
like multiple organizations who are trying to get rid of powers.
Why is there another one that I don't know?
I don't know the name of it.
Oh. Okay. I hope not. That is a hope of mine. I know the military was working on, I think, amplifying powers. I'd have to ask Rampage. Specifically, but they had like a program for super soldiers. But that was a different program. And then there is like a shadow organization that did something to my brain. And so I don't know if they're connected to the military or probably not to normal, but maybe to normal. I'm not sure. It's out the and in the cork boards. No.
I would think if nothing happened to your powers, that's probably not connected. Because there's a lot of different objectives.
Yeah.
Flying around.
Don't know. I assume that they did it while I was at the hairspray factory. So whoever was behind the hairspray factory was the ones that did the thing to my brain. But they did change my powers a little bit because I was just super strong before that. And then I could heal after that. Like I could regenerate. I don't know to what extent, because they won't let me cut off any of my appendages to see if it will grow back.
Probably.
I just maybe like the tip of the pinky or something. See if it grows back. How fast it grows back. I just want to know.
I mean, maybe if it's something small and unobtrusive, but as long as you're okay if it doesn't grow back.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, they have to be something that I don't really like the tip of the pinky is not really that important. You can function without it. Then they could tell me another Roxy apart if I never grow it back. If I do, then, well, there's that. Yeah, so just musings. I've never also been shot. I don't know if I would just heal around the bullet or like would it pop it out, you know, like what would happen?
I'm not sure that's something you want to test.
Not necessarily. I'll probably get shot at some point anyways, so we'll figure it out then. I'm just being realistic. If this whole city thing escalates or the werewolf conspiracy, you know, although I don't think the werewolves fight with bullets, I think that's going to be teeth and claws, and I don't think you know.
Yeah, probably not.
Werewolf with a machine gun would be funny, though. I mean, terrifying, but also funny.
I really hope that they don't bring in the military.
I mean, what's the chances that both normal and whatever shadow organization ran the hairspray factory, at least one of them has to be involved with the military?
Maybe, but I mean more so like an overt military presence. Like, if it's normal, it would. I think they could get away with bringing the military in, but if whatever this other organization is, if the military just suddenly shows up, then that's gonna
Well, I don't think Black Ops military really bring in the large military. I think that they're meant to go in covertly and just, off who they're supposed to off and then leave quietly. Stealth assault force. Or sabotage whatever they're supposed to sabotage, or steal whatever they're supposed to steal. Whatever they're doing, whatever shady shit the Black Ops people are doing. That's what I would assume that would be involved in, versus like the military that Rampage was involved in, which was more like on the front lines of battle in the war.
I suppose.
Or it could be like, peripherally connected, like, some sort of government agency that isn't directly military, but, they're both run by the government. So. No, I almost infiltrated them. No, I'm just saying. I hope that the werewolves aren't related to this, though.
I don't know if there'll be an easy way to figure that out.
Not unless we like just go around randomly pricking people with silver needles. At normal, just.
Probably not the best idea.
No, they don't. I don't imagine. Weirdly, ironically enough, I don't think that they like being poked and prodded. I think they like to do the poking and prodding. Which is ironic since they, Anyways, probably not the best way to figure out if somebody's a werewolf or not. It's a way, but it's not the best, probably.
I'm sure there are more efficient ways.
Like what?
Try she wants to suggest something and then it's like, oh, Roxy's here. I'm talking to Roxy.
Roxy's thinking like throw a ball and see who chases them. Like, that's not nice. I'm making jokes in my head about dogs again. Stop it.
Probably we need to find some way to see if we could activate their heightened senses or abilities. Like an unconscious reaction. So
like a dog whistle.
That's a thought.
I don't mean that in the way that like they're dogs or anything, but like they can hear that same pitch. Like humans can't hear the dog whistle, but I would assume that werewolves could. And then like if they react to the sound, then
maybe it could be a starting point. Because there's always a chance that they might be in control of themselves enough to not react to something like that.
Okay.
It could be a good starting point, though.
Yeah.
Start small and then work your way up.
We got so many problems, I swear. I don't even know where to start. Maybe you could help me toss it out. I'm not sure when Cynthia's going to be back, so I could use some brain power in that if you want to help me tomorrow. I started with Sylvie just like writing down all the problems we have to address. Then I was going to try to prioritize them and see what we could get done.
Maybe.
Since there's another Roxy and she works my job, I no longer have responsibility, so I might as well work on stuff.
You sure?
What do you mean?
Are you sure she works your job?
I would assume that she works my job. Either that or Tony's been getting along fine without me because he didn't remember that I existed and was a superhero. He thought the other Roxy was the Roxy. And that's, yeah. I got to put that on the list of things we got to do. I got to meet the other Roxy. Maybe I should do this while everybody's distracted.
I think it could be beneficial to have backup in that kind of situation.
Yeah, my brother.
I'm more so thinking if whatever people who are after you ambush you.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Yeah, we've been having well, Elena's been carrying a stun gun just in case when she's my buddy. We have a buddy system. I can't go anywhere without anybody, and now Joe can't go anywhere without anybody either. He's also been confined to the buddy system. I would like to argue that everybody needs to stay on the buddy system, but look, Sylvie already took off. Huh.
Sylvie has Freya.
I did make an argument for Freya technically being a buddy, so I guess. Way to throw that back in my face. Yeah. Way to throw that back in my face, Sylvie.
You did this yourself.
Oh, well. And you're my buddy right now, so.
I think Henry just picks it. I don't know if she's on like her second pint of ice cream or is just like kind of
we've eaten so much ice cream. One. It's like
I think she just goes silent and will eat her ice cream unless you have anything else to ask her.
No, we're watching some movie. Not a Western.
Okay.
Roxy's sick of Westerns.
Alrighty. I'd say the two of you, well, I don't know so much about you, but Henry at least probably does not fall asleep until like 6 or 7 a.m. And at that point, it's largely just like passing out from exhaustion.
Roxy's been awake for a long time. I think that she falls asleep much sooner, but just on the couch, just like,
yeah.
Like I just imagine like just her just sleeping like on the like curled into a little Roxy ball on the side of
leaning
the couch.
Leaning up against one armrest, and then
yeah.
Eventually Henry falls asleep against the other one.
Yep.
Okay. So Joe was gonna head back to base in the morning, right?
Yeah. Well, eventually.
I was gonna ask how early, so
I was about to say, even as exhausted as he is, I think he still wakes up super early just because it is so freaking compulsive for him. And he probably will wake Eugene up, already decked out in like, I don't know, some sweatpants and an exercise shirt that he found in the closet. And is like, this is probably gonna suck. We need to go get my car. And I need a jog anyway.
You sure you're feeling up for it?
I'm probably not. Still got this shiner, but I'm intact now, at least. Less holes.
He looks you up and down. Says, okay.
We'll grab breakfast on the way to the base. I need to get a new communicator, and we need to start sorting stuff out.
He just nods and will follow you out of the safe house and down to the sidewalk. And is it... I feel like just with the way that Joe's kind of like holding himself and talking this morning, there's definitely a little more confidence there.
Yeah.
Than there has been.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So, I mean, is there anything you want to talk to Eugene about, or just gonna go collect your car and like find a breakfast place?
Yep. Find a breakfast place. I'll give like a vague outline of what Joe's planning here, but for the sake of not spoiling things, we'll just say that he knows what Joe's up to.
Okay.
But I'd say maybe around like 7, 8 o'clock ish. The rocket is parked a couple blocks away from the penthouse, and Joe goes in the tunnels and goes into the base. And I now have a question for you, Jenna. That list of things that we need to handle, is that still on the chalkboard?
Yeah.
And that included the soul sale as an item.
Yeah. Well, I think she probably wrote Fae problems on there. Just, if you're having Fae problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems in my soul. Being owned by the Fae is one.
Well, I did want to ask real quick, because Elena was also going to head back to the base, but I'm guessing that she wouldn't get there by 7 or 8 a.m.
She probably wake up around 8.
Okay.
And Bertram does the knocks on the route. As Jim's like long are gone at the bank because he gets up at ungodly early to do.
He gets up at like 5 a.m.
Yeah, to read the
Overseas
paper
trading.
and look at the stocks, and then goes to his office to read the paper and look at the stocks.
Yeah.
In case it's different.
And then I imagine Elena would also stick around and have breakfast and like morning tea and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll show up like around like 10 or 11. Okay. Unless she's communicated to be there quicker. She's just dilly-dallying.
So we know Elena's off doing that kind of thing. But I do want to say, because Roxy and Henry are in like the base proper, right? You didn't go up to the penthouse?
Yeah, because Roxy feels a little guilty that Cynthia was like, is the penthouse mine? Is it my space? And like she like feels a little like guilty, and is like, well, I
okay. Good. I
don't know what's allowed and what isn't. Like,
just wanted to clarify that, because before before Joe even has a chance to like get inside the base proper and see the chalkboard with the list of things,
there's already a couch with like a projector.
Like, pretty much as soon as you get like maybe in the vehicle bay or like are opening the door to go into the base, you are overwhelmed with just the scent of anxiety, a little bit of fear, and Henry.
Oh, Rox. Okay. Joe will come in as quietly as he can just to confirm his worst concern.
You step inside and see that both Roxy and Henry are passed out on the couch. Empty ice cream containers on the coffee table and the projector set up.
We're just like tucked in little blankies.
Yeah.
Foot to foot on the couch.
There is definitely a moment where Joe is just like staring at Henry, just like extremely not sure what to do.
Yeah, I'd say you could probably tell, even though she's sleeping, she looks exhausted. Because she, like, just fell asleep an hour ago.
He'd probably go to where, like, the blankets are stored near here. Like, I assume there's, like, a basket of them or something.
Probably.
Covered,
Or, like, a
whatever.
closet with all of the linens.
And grab 2 more. Drape one over Roxy.
Aw.
And the other over Henry. And he does, like, linger a little bit with Henry. Just, like, wants to reach out and touch her, but knows that that's, like, not okay right now.
He's learning.
Thanks for autonomy.
And he'll just, like, as quietly as possible whisper to Eugene, let's just let them sleep.
He nods. Just be like, where to?
Wherever Cynthia keeps the spare communicators, I think they're around here somewhere.
There's probably a drawer that's just labeled extras.
Roxy. Look in here if you need another communicator.
Pull it open.
It's like extras, and there's a little frowny face drawn next to it on the label.
Yes.
Cynthia's shaming us like
Love it.
every time. And there's like 3 left. Because we've given everybody one.
Joel grab one, then like go into the meeting room to like get out of the main area and not disturb them. And then probably see the chalkboard with the list of things and see the new edition of Fae problems. And just know that that's lingering. But then his eyes move back up the list to, I presume, some entry along the lines of to Roxy's / Whipsword guy. And he'll like fiddle with the communicator a little bit, trying to get it to work.
Okay.
And at some point, he will try to radio Echo.
Okay. Echo got her communicator back last night, so.
I don't know where she is now, because last we knew you were robbing someplace.
They went back to a safe house and did some aggressive art.
Mhm.
We prefer the term cathartic.
Get out your art aggression.
Yeah. What is Echo up to at the moment then? She probably slept at some point, or hasn't, perhaps.
I mean, would she be up early? If she did sleep?
Depends when she slept. She also fully might have just not slept.
That's fair.
I
don't know, I'll let you decide.
So they went to another safe house, so I'm gonna say she's passed out in one of the beds.
Okay. Still some like streaks of paint on her cheeks. But what does Joe say?
Okay, I think it's the setting. Watchdog to Echo. Watchdog to Echo.
Echo, what?
Morning.
Is it? Oh, fuck. Hi.
Hey.
How are you?
Still bruised, less battered.
That's good.
I think it's about time we start fixing some things.
Okay.
I do have a couple questions. First of all, though.
Okay.
I'm at the base.
Oh, God.
Henry's here.
Okay. That's new.
Roxy talk to you about the thing that she wanted to do after I talked with her?
No.
Yeah, she did.
Oh.
She wanted to go confront Iron Maiden.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. Sorry, I wasn't. For a second, I was
Yeah.
like, Roxy wanted to go meet herself is kind of a concept. No.
Yeah, no. And that they talked to her, didn't get into a fight. She brought Sylvia along for healing. And I think Roxy, it was also like Henry was packing a bag and they were gonna take her back to the base. I think Roxy explained
Okay,
that.
so I knew these things then.
Yeah.
All right. Replaying that. Yeah, she told me. She didn't die, so that's a plus.
Gotta be honest, I think that was really stupid, but
I'm not disagreeing with you on that.
no one's dead or hurt more, so I guess that's good.
Well, you're at the base.
Yeah, and I got a spare communicator. I think I set it up right.
Well, you're talking to me now, so I'm guessing yes.
I kept on picking up a drive-through a couple blocks over. I don't know what that was about.
I'll troubleshoot that one later.
But okay. I've got a couple ideas on how to help with some of these things.
Sure.
I don't know if you saw, but I think Brock's put a list in the base.
A list?
On the meeting room chalkboard.
Oh.
I'm not even going to ask what the hell Fae problems mean right now.
Oh.
But in regards to the guy who attacked Sarah, did you find any more information on him at all while I was gone?
I have not, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Not a word.
You just know Sarah's account of what happened. That's it.
But for what it's worth, we were looking into other things.
That's fair. That's fair.
We have more information on that front, actually. Some of Sarah's things are still here in a way where only she would have been able to put them there. So, not erased from the timeline.
Just erased from memory.
Yes. And her parents are still dead, so that also supports, probably still dead, so that supports the theory.
I want to say good to that, but that doesn't feel like a thing you say good to.
The world's better for it.
Okay. Well, I have his scent still. It's a long shot, but I can try to canvass the city, see what I can find in regards to him. If he's still here in this reality. If this guy's busting holes into other realities.
Not much we can do at that point.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be inclined to take you up on that.
All right.
Are you, please tell me you're planning to go with someone else and not by yourself?
Lunar Ultima is going to be with me. He's, listen, he picked the name, okay?
Yeah, I love the table. It's just every time I hear that, I'm like Sailor Moon. Anyways. Well, his prerogative. But as long as he's keeping an eye on you, and you're keeping an eye on him.
I figured 2 noses are better than 1.
Most likely.
But I figured as long as I'm out, in regards to those goons that attacked you and Rox, you said that was outside, what was her name? The black, the darkness, gravity. Sorry, it's been a while now.
Not me checking my notes. Leah.
Leah, right. You said it was outside of her safe house?
Yep.
Is she still there?
Right. As far as I know, yes. We offered her use of the place since she's clearly in a bad way at the moment.
Yeah. She was doing okay, right?
As far as we could tell.
Okay, good. Um, another thing. I know you're going through a lot right now. And I apologize if this brings up bad memories, but that camp you got sent to,
Mm-hmm.
do you remember where it was? Because I think I ran into it by accident.
Oh. I'd know it if I saw it. I couldn't give you an exact location.
I'm not certain I can give you exact location either. I was kind of being thrown through trees at the time.
Oh, was this when you were fighting
Yeah.
Blindside?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Was there
Okay.
a lake? It was by
There was
some
a
woods.
lake. There's
Yeah.
a lake. There are some woods.
And I think I might have found the place then. Do you think it'd be worthwhile to search there? I don't know what happened to that place after the fact, but now that Normal's back on the scene, maybe we can find some dirt on them there, or I don't know, some sort of lead.
It's worth a look.
If I can find it again.
I'd be inclined to go with you for that one.
Okay. I mean, be kind of a crapshoot to find it anyway, so.
Well, there aren't that many lakes around here
I guess.
that are within driving distance.
Okay. What else? Okay, just reassurance here. If I do find, like, origin points for Whipsword Guy or the kidnapping goons, I won't engage. I'll just figure out where they are and I'll radio you guys, okay?
I appreciate this.
In regards to Whipsword Guy, I remember Elena had mentioned that she had some sort of connection to maybe what he'd stolen. Do you know if she's free to maybe help out with tracking him?
Maybe. I think she was taking at least last night to recalibrate. Not
Day
sure if
problems?
she'll be up. Yes.
Okay.
I think I'm still recalibrating from that one.
I will add it to my own list after we take a few things off.
Resolve some of your traumas before adding a new one.
I don't know about resolving things, but I think at least.
Take some steps towards resolving them? Eliminating the source of the problem?
Rock seemed to listen to me, so that's something.
Oh, that's good. You two are talking?
Yeah. I mean, we talked last night, but.
Okay.
I don't know. It's hard to gauge how smart she is sometimes.
My rule of thumb is to always assume she's smarter than she's letting on.
It's probably a good guess.
And then that way, if she isn't, at least you've planned ahead.
I guess.
But usually she is. With the exception of threatening to go and fight Iron Maiden, I don't think that's ending well for anybody.
Yeah, and that was kind of my last thing here. If she attacks me again, should I even call you guys, or should I just try to get the hell out of Dodge? Because I know Roxy wants to fight her, but...
Okay. I think your first priority in that case should be getting the hell out of Dodge. I think that if you I think you should let us know, but perhaps a selective us. To be straight with you, I will not go near Iron Maiden unless it is an absolute emergency.
That's a good call.
But if you need extraction, I'm sure that Elena and I could handle it.
Okay.
She is a flying tank, but she doesn't always know subtlety.
Yeah. Thanks for putting up with me.
What friends do. Besides, you do plenty of putting up with me.
You're not so bad. You're like dark chocolate. Acquired taste.
I'm going to choose to take that as a compliment.
It was meant to be. When did that come off weird?
A little.
Sorry.
Well, as long as you're not planning on eating me anytime soon.
No. Why would I do that?
Well, food comparisons bring it to mind.
Okay, like horror
I'm joking.
movies, then.
I'm joking.
Sarcasm.
Roxy from the background. That's my job anyways.
All right. I guess I do have one more question. Did we have a spare costume for me around here? Like an actual costume and not just that, like, gray onesie?
Remind me when above the table when the last time we talked about this was.
That was, like, back when Joe had first gotten into the city. And we were going to retrieve other Roxy and Tony.
Okay, I don't think Echo would have had
ago.
time to make something.
Yeah.
So, well, there's the bedazzled one, but I don't think you want that one.
Gestures to the
Yes, he does.
Sequin.
He does want it.
Chaps.
Fringe, rhinestones, glitter.
Rhinestone werewolves.
Or it's a gray onesie. Next time we don't have an imminent crisis, I will put it as first on my list after I take care of any other imminent shenanigans.
Be appreciated.
And possibly get the plants out of my fucking house.
Yeah, I'm worried about the structural integrity of this place with all that. It feels like that's not safe.
Well,
it's a dead.
Yeah, most of the plants are actually all the plants that you've seen.
Roxy is like
dead.
waking up.
Though, I mean, most of them look dead today. Do they just do that?
Nah, Sylvie's sad and now they're dead.
Wait, are you actually here?
Yeah. Roxy doesn't need much sleep. She fell asleep before.
Yeah.
Henry though, so she's got her. She's probably a little low on sleep, but not. She usually sleeps about 6 hours on a good night. So 4 to 6, she's functional. Yeah. Sylvie got sad and all the plants are dead except for this in the penthouse that tightly blocking her room.
Okay. Also, good morning.
Morning.
Breakfast sandwich.
Oh, thanks.
I got ham. I didn't know if you want bacon or ham.
It's fine. I like both.
I hear a little grumble behind you.
Uh-oh.
But it's Henry just readjusting and she falls back asleep.
there is definitely a moment where Joe just like freezes in place.
I forgot you were coming. Oh, I'll take the flak for it. If she's like, oh no, I'm being ambushed, I'll be like, well, it's sort of my fault.
I'm gonna be gone in a minute here, Rox. It's fine.
Okay. She had a good conversation with her mom last night.
So I hear, and we're gonna talk about that later.
Oh,
That goes like from the thing.
I think Roxy is the only one who would classify that as a good conversation.
I thought it was a good conversation.
Rox, your metrics for these things are a little
on Henry's end. It was good.
unhinged.
It was a less good on her mom's part, but I'm not dead and I didn't get maimed, so
We'll take it.
From what I know about her, that's actually probably progress for her.
I hate that you're right in this. I'm glad you're okay. Please don't do that again.
It's the bright side.
Second
I mean, okay. Well, I will do my best not to do that today.
And the day after that, and so on.
We'll see about the day after that. We'll have to make separate promises for each day.
Just please don't make me go to your funeral.
Oh no, I don't think she'll kill me.
I'm not convinced.
Probably. She probably can't. I don't know. It's very interesting.
Let's not test it. Let's not test it.
Well, I was actually thinking about having Henry do some like experiments on my cells to see what they regenerate from.
Seems
maybe that's
safer than cutting off parts of yourself.
I just want to know if it'll grow back.
And you can find out by Henry running tests.
Yeah. You're probably right. Anyways,
it's
I
Cynthia.
think I'm
She's
gonna
usually right.
I'm gonna yes. Cynthia is very smart. Anyways, I think I was going to have Henry help me run some tests on my brain anyways, from the cagey thing that we got down there, which is not ideal, but at least I will know that I'm going in there and I'll be anxious.
Hey, should we do something about
my brain? Yeah, probably.
What's his futz? The rock guy? I think he's still in the warehouse.
Yeah. I'll go.
Did anybody bring him dinner?
Yeah.
Brought him rocks.
You left him with some food.
I left him with food before we left.
I will go drop off some breakfast for him.
Yeah, we should figure out what we're doing with him, but
Should I just let him go? It seemed like he was okay, at least calm down.
I think me and Echo were going to discuss the idea of framing her dad before we let him go. But, I mean...
I'm not opposed.
I don't want to leave Henry here by herself, and we need Sylvie to do that. So maybe we'll just...
Yeah, your buddy system thing.
So yeah, you have to have a buddy.
Points over my shoulder at Eugene.
Okay, well. Glad. Dad, Bud. Yeah. Dad's your buddy. Your dad's your buddy. Whatever.
Bud Dad.
Dad, Bud Dad.
Oh my god. Okay.
We're just partners. You don't need a new word for it. It's just partners. It's a cowboy thing.
Is it?
Howdy.
I don't think that made it better, Joe, but whatever. What?
What?
What do you mean it was bad?
Nothing. No, never mind. Never mind. Anyways, I'll tell you when you're older.
If you're screwing with me again, Rox, I swear.
I'm always screwing with you.
This is a true fact.
You're like a brother. It's like, I'm always screwing with Tony. You've reached Tony status. Good, congratulations. Now eat a steak, go to the gym, and you'll feel better.
I feel like there is somehow a silent glance shared through the communicator between Cynthia and Joe at that.
She's like, I just don't question it anymore.
Yeah. Anyways, Henry's going to be my buddy today, I think, unless Cynthia comes back. By the way, Cynthia, Sylvie has broken. Well, technically she didn't break the buddy system. I can't be mad. I'm trying not to be mad. She left with Freya to go sort out some stuff.
And I think that's my cue. You can
All
call
right.
her on your communicator.
Thank you for the sandwich.
You're welcome.
I will call Cynthia on the communicator and just let her know. And then I'm going to tell her that I'm going to give, well, before Joe leaves, I'm going to have him write down the phrase and then have Henry practice with me on unhooking my brain based on Grandpa Les's advice about unhooking my brain.
Well,
he said I need to have a competing response. And I assume that we would want to do that before like the full like command so that overrides the other command.
Probably,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like throat punch whoever's saying it, but I don't want to do that with Henry.
Please don't throat punch Henry.
No, first I'm going to figure out where my brain like we need to figure out where in the phrase the brain goes, you know?
No,
so I got to put the cuffs on and get in the cage, but for that so that I don't break things to get out of here, you know?
I would feel better if you had me or Elena there with you when you tried this.
Something tells me that Henry might be able to stop me if
I don't want to trust the structural integrity of my base on that assumption.
I'll give it a stun gun from the stun gun drawer. They're in the one that says Sylvie no, right?
That's half the drawers.
There's Sylvie no. There's Sylvie really no. There's Sylvie
Seriously,
I swear
Sylvie,
to
no.
God no. Sylvie, seriously stop what you're doing right now.
The labels of the drawers.
And then the last one is just like a little fairy skeleton with like a skull and crossbones.
A super angry frowny face and a broken heart.
All right, I'll trust you on this
I
one.
mean, you can come back too, because Sylvie said she's going to be gone all day. So if you want to come back to the base, if you're not ready, that's fine too. But
if she's not there, I'll come back. Sure.
She's out. It's just me and Henry right now, Eugene and
I
Joe
would prefer to be there so I can see what's happening with your brain situation.
Yeah, actually, it would probably be best to have two scientists.
Perhaps.
Yeah, and maybe Sarah can figure something out too.
Maybe.
Like if she wears the mech suit, maybe I could practice trying to throat punch her. You know, because I can't get through the mech suit. You know, I'm just saying.
Perhaps.
I don't know.
We can ask.
I was just thinking throat punch because that will get them to stop saying the phrase. You know.
I think it depends on how much of the phrase actually activates. Because, like, if the first part of the phrase stuns you, then you're not going to be able to get to a throat punch.
Yeah, so then we'll have to, like, break it down by the, what do they call them? The phononomes? The phonemes?
Close enough.
Yeah.
Phononones is, works for me.
Yeah. She means phonemes, but...
Yeah, I figured. I'm just
or syllables for those of you who haven't spent a reasonable amount of time studying brain and language stuff. Anyways.
All right, I can be there in probably an hour.
Okay, sounds good. I should probably make Henry something to eat for breakfast anyways. I'm gonna go upstairs and make some stuff. Is it fine if I go upstairs?
Depends on whether or not they're watching the windows.
Can I just... Who's they? Oh, them?
Balaclava guys.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just grab some stuff and cook it down here then.
Maybe.
Just grab some breakfast stuff out of the fridge. Just I'll cook now.
As a side note, when you step out there, you're going to find that there is a breakfast sandwich already sitting on the counter, along with a chocolate muffin.
Oh, for Henry?
Yep.
Oh, that was sweet.
How did you? You didn't know she was there.
Oh, that's
He
a good
got
point.
2 for himself, and he just gave her
There's
half
just a sandwich
his
there.
breakfast.
Then that's sorry, I didn't think about that. Yeah, that's a fair point. There's just
He
a
didn't-
sandwich sitting there.
yeah.
Unless you just like sprinted back out to the nearest breakfast
He
place and got
literally
something.
super ran to go get her a chocolate muffin.
Oh
I
my
mean, that
God.
would track. I
It
just
would
want to know,
track.
like, the level of ridiculousness we have going on here.
How much of a simp is he for her?
Yeah.
Super.
Is there
Yes.
a number beyond infinity?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a breakfast sandwich there then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also,
That's what I
Elena may have just lost her breakfast sandwich.
Elena has Bertram's cooking, which
It's also true.
Elena is going to arrive with a full stomach
yeah.
Yep.
and then some.
Yeah. She probably had like blueberry waffles with whipped cream and cut up fruit or something. Delicious. I don't know.
Some
do
eggs
butlers
and
make?
bacon and everything.
Yeah.
So, Joe's going to head out.
Yep.
Right.
And as I'm heading out, I will probably radio Elena, but we can pick up with that later if you want to switch to somebody else.
Well, I was going to see what Elena was doing. So,
Okay.
is
Having breakfast.
yeah, I was going to say just
Blueberry
enjoying
waffles with some cut up fruit, some eggs and bacon.
Elena's just enjoying her morning after a nice sleep in her bed. Would you have your Are you having breakfast in the dining room or are you up in your bedroom?
You would have it in the dining room, wherever.
Okay.
The communicator with her, as long as she's pretty sure Bertram knows something, and as long as Jim's not in the house, she'll just keep the if the communicator goes off, she can explain it's one of those newfangled insert technology.
One of those newfangled cordless
devices.
phones. Yeah.
Okay. I mean, Bertram is probably not, like, once you have your food and he knows you're not needing anything, he won't, like, hover around in the same room. He might check on you from time to time to, like, refill drinks and stuff. But there's definitely a moment after you've started eating your food where your communicator goes off and you're alone. Natalie's off scheming.
About
Yes.
sequins. Oh, here we go. I have a rock. Oh, guten Morgen.
Watchdog to Easy Living. You there?
Oh, hello.
Hey.
She has no idea what happened to him last night.
Nope.
No.
She's yeah. Okay.
I hope you had a better night than me.
Well, that depends on how your night was, but maybe.
Well, I got chucked halfway across the city by Iron Maiden.
Oh yeah, Zen definitely had a better night than you.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, I'm gonna be doing a bit of scouting, trying to track down some of the folks that we're looking into. Do you have a minute to help me out this morning?
Yeah. I have absolutely nothing to do today.
All right.
I just have to. Is this going to be costumed affair? I should probably get my costume on.
It is gonna be costumed, and I feel like there's just a cut to Joe's perspective where he's like got the gray onesie on one rack and the sequins on the other.
Yes.
Yes.
I don't suppose you have maybe a spare version of my costume, because it was your mom that put it together, right? Kinda.
I cannot promise it doesn't have sequins on.
Oh man.
I could try the.
Elena picks up a tub of glitter and dumps it on the plain costume.
You'll never get it out
There
now.
is a plain pattern one she made, but it's not of any good material. It's just.
Yeah. Okay.
Unless so her current project are suits. But they are not your size.
Like business suits?
Yeah. from the other place. Sylvie likes those suits so much that we're having custom ones made.
What's she charging for those? I need a new suit now.
I don't know.
Actually, I owe Tony a suit. Should give him a call. Any case, we're gonna meet up at the museum. I'm gonna see if there's any scent left over for my dad to get tracking.
Does he need oh, no, I guess he doesn't need a costume. He's a whole...
Yeah. I mean, he's got, like, the collar with the communicator on it, though.
Does he want the costume? We can get him a little cape.
Sort of, like, turn to Eugene, who's, like, standing next to me.
Or a mask, I guess? I don't know.
Do you want a mask or a cape?
My face is already covered in fur. I don't really...
I mean, so's mine, but I still wear a mask. It's, like, you know, part of the whole thing. You don't have to, I guess, if you don't want to.
I guess I could take a mask in case something happens and I change back randomly.
There's probably a million domino masks in the base.
Absolutely. I think a cape would just kind of get in the way, honestly.
It would look so cool.
Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like Joe just like opens a random drawer in like the closet where we keep all the costumes and just like pulls out a domino mask and hands it to him.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna meet on top of the museum where the meteorite was stolen. We're gonna see if we can't track him down by smell or whatever connection you've got to what he stole.
Okay. I can meet you there. I will check upstairs and see if there's anything remotely in your size that's not terribly garish.
Maybe just like a hat. I missed the hat. I think I'm going with the onesie because the sequins are just... it's so much.
There's probably a Stenson somewhere around here.
I'll take it. Alright. Meet you there in an hour.
Okay.
And Joe will get suited up into Watchdog, changing everything. And I will be going with the gray onesie.
Okay.
And off we go.
Okay.
What does Elena find in the costume room that is remotely close to Joe's size? Werewolf Joe's size.
I think you find a plaid long sleeve shirt with fringe on it. And a fedora.
That's not the Stenson.
Inspector Werewolf.
Just grab the comically tiny bowler hat that I know is in there somewhere.
Tiny sombrero.
She'll grab both and change into whatever she's got here.
Okay.
A plethora of options, I'm sure.
Mm-hmm. You have your pick of costumes.
What was the latest one? Her winter one. Yeah, her winter one is just pants. Yeah, she'll just get just plain black pants, a long sleeve shirt that's got a big gold star on it, gloves. And because it's cold out, she'll put on some tights underneath her pants. I guess we'd put those on first, but
okay,
because it's cold.
Is Lane just gonna fly out of the small state?
No, she's in costume.
Yeah.
No, she'll put a coat on over her costume.
Oh, of course. Of course. Flawless.
Bertram to take her to
Flawless disguise.
yeah. That's not really. Yeah, she's just gonna fly out of the small estate.
Okay.
Estate. Who's watching? Government drones? No, that's
Those
ridiculous.
don't exist yet.
Those don't exist for another 30 years. She put her mask on and just leave Natalie a note.
Okay.
She's not disturbing any important suit work.
Okay. All right. You can head out of the small estate and head across Halcyon to the art museum. Is Joe and Eugene, are you going to run to the museum, or are you taking the rocket?
I'm gonna run. The rocket is just gonna be parked by the base for
Okay.
today. Which I presume it was in relative okay shape when we found it at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's fine.
It's just been like sitting there for 12 hours.
Could be worse.
But yeah. We'll go ahead and run there.
Say probably the werewolves get there first, since you were already halfway ready to go and you're already like within city limits.
Mm-hmm.
So you can get to the museum. It is still early enough that it's not open yet. So there's
Just
not a lot of people around.
Clamber up the side of the building to the spot where all the blood was, which I presume it's gone by this point.
Yeah.
It's been months.
Yep.
But it
There's
is a
nothing there.
roof,
Mhm.
so maybe the smell isn't too eroded? I don't know. Joe's still got the scent, but I don't know if we want to make a roll to see if Eugene can pick it up or not, or if you just want to roll one way or another.
It's been a couple months.
Yeah.
So there's nothing really left at this point.
Okay. After we figure out that there's not really anything for him to get. So it was like a human smell, but like off. You know, and like that way that every once in a while you get a smell that's just sort of like, like a little weird.
Okay.
Is there like actual werewolf language for this? I feel like it is so hard to describe smells in words.
They howl. Oh.
There's sort of, but it helps if we know why something is off. You know, kind of like if you're smelling a regular wolf and a werewolf, we have a better way to be like, we know this is a werewolf because XYZ. Like,
yeah,
there are reasons. Like, there's more.
I guess
we carry the scent of like some artificial stuff being around, like, you know, soaps and
asphalt and
clothing,
stuff like that.
asphalt, gas,
Okay,
that kind of thing. So that's how we were able to sort of differentiate between those two things. But
I guess this guy would smell like maybe he's out of place in the city then, because it's possible he might be from like a different halcyon, like what we got sent to. So smells like the city, but not this city, I guess.
Okay. Something to work with. Probably around this time, Easy Living would arrive.
Hey.
Down on the rooftop.
Hello.
And you would see, even though he's in werewolf form, like one of his eyes is like still a little swollen.
Oh, you did really just get tossed halfway across the city.
Yeah, it was a
That
rough
was
night.
what Echo called about. There was a disturbance on the scanners. She wanted to see if I would go with her.
Yeah, that was me crashing through a 7th story window. I almost made it. Almost.
Through the entire building?
No, I almost caught myself. Instead, I just kind of cut the ground with my face.
Practice that later.
Yeah. All right. We are headed towards. And he just like looks at the skyline and like picks out the tallest building he can see. That one. Gonna need a high vantage point so I can get as much of a scent intake as possible.
Okay. I brought you a hat and a shirt. It has tassels. And the hat is not quite a Stenson, but it was not as comically small as the little top hat there was. That would have been silly.
I feel like
very
Joe
clearly
takes the...
made for.
I feel like Joe takes the fedora and like his ears sort of fold together and he just like squeezes them into it.
Oh God.
Eh, he keeps them warm at least. And he will take the shirt just because while this thing is body armor, it's not very warm. He's just kind of relying on his own fur.
Hey. That's why Elena's got gloves on.
Yep.
And thermodynamic power.
Okay. I'll head up there, and I'll see what I can pick up, and you see what you can pick up.
What are you looking for?
You're looking for that meteor thing. I'm gonna be looking for the guy's smell.
Yeah. I know it's from Kansas. That is what the plaque said. When the museum opens, maybe we should go in and see if they replaced it with something. I don't think that will do any good to tell us that it is, but
no, that might be a good idea. You guys haven't checked if maybe he put it back or something?
Oh, no.
I mean, it's possible he just like needed something out of it.
A lot of stuff happened all at once.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
Let's see. We were waiting for you to get home, and then that horrible man did stuff, and then Roxy was also a lot of stuff has happened. Yeah, when it opens, we'll go in there.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Okay. Would you mind giving us a lift? It's faster.
Yeah, sure. You don't want to run up the side of a building.
Yeah, it gets exhausting after a while.
Putting all the claw holes in the building, and people don't like that.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. People don't really notice them.
Somebody, well, I'm on the outside of the building. I noticed them.
That's true.
Start loading our way up towards.
Hey. You head up there, moving pretty easily, pretty quickly through the air. I will say, Joe, well, Watchdog, you catch the scent, a very strong smell of potatoes.
Did I forget a hash brown?
And you think, okay, maybe it's just a hash brown and keep going, but no, it keeps like it's a pretty consistent smell of potatoes.
Dad, do you smell that?
Yes.
Okay, so I didn't just have a stroke.
Is Eugene in werewolf form or human form? Oh no, he can talk in werewolf form. Never mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They ran here, so he's probably in werewolf form. He's in werewolf form, yes.
Start like looking around. Do I see like a fry cart or something?
You look like, I feel like immediately your vision just goes down to the street, like, okay, who's got their food cart out already and is like whipping up some French fries or something, but there's nothing down there. And then you start looking around, and you catch sight of a figure following you to distance. He seemed to be wearing a cowboy hat.
Maybe you can swap hat with that guy.
I think he's following us.
Don't be ridiculous. We are so far up in the air, nobody can follow us.
We're untouchable.
Nobody else can fly. That's such a silly power. Nobody would have it.
Y'all didn't have any issues with the potato sorcerer or something, did you?
I don't think that's anybody we have upset lately.
Okay, then what the heck is this guy's deal? I didn't really signal to, like, land. I'd just, like, keep us moving, just, like, looking back at this guy, like, what is going on with you?
He's holding a pretty consistent pace. It doesn't seem to really be in a hurry. He's not making any aggressive moves towards you. Just keeping an eye on you and hopping along, crossing rooftops.
Maybe he is on patrol. We do look very suspicious flying in the air.
Yeah, good point. You do kind of draw attention. Oh man, you don't think he's in support of that thing Councilman Evans was up to, do you?
I can't imagine anybody is in support of that.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, there is a newsreel about a hero named Dovehawk being the first to sign at the registry.
Just like pass by it on the building.
Applause and cheering because it's a great day for preserving the safety of the city.
Ooh.
And now he will fade into non-existence.
We'll never hear from that guy again.
Not sus at all.
It's fine.
Okay.
One of the throwaway identities.
It's alright. Alright, if he, like, comes and talks with us, I guess we'll talk with him, but... Why does this guy smell like potatoes so much?
Maybe he just ate potatoes.
Okay, there's eating potatoes, and then there's just, like, emitting potato. This man's
Maybe
emitting potato.
he is not a person, but is a potato.
Oh, geez, you don't think he's the plants from the apartment, do you?
He has several
Oh.
potatoes in a trench coat.
You need to be a lot of potatoes to fill out a trench coat. I don't think the plants have gotten that sentient yet. A lot of she wasn't there when they died. Never mind.
Nope.
I mean, Sylvie did just, like, kill off a bunch of them. Maybe they got angry and now they want revenge?
I don't think her plants work that way. Why would she kill them? It's fine. It's fine.
Alright, we'll just keep an eye on the situation now.
We can land and see if you want to talk. Herr Kartoffel, but
up to you. You're flying this ship as much as they're.
I mean, if he were it's not really a ship, but maybe we should talk to him. See why he is
Just
following
why?
us. Maybe he does not know we are superheroes. It's very suspicious to see a giant wolf and a werewolf and a glowing light in the sky at 10 a.m.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, set us down over there. We'll try talking to this guy. Gosh darn it! I just ate. Why am I getting hungry now?
Potatoes. You can land on a rooftop, and it's not much longer before this individual reaches the other rooftop, or reaches the rooftop that you're on. Definitely in a big cowboy getup. You can see there's some holsters on his hips that have gun-like objects protruding from them.
They're gun-shaped potatoes, aren't they?
They're gun-shaped.
Are they potato guns?
But he lands and, like, catches his breath, like, hooey, and tips his hat back.
His costume is much better than yours.
And I didn't practice my southern accent, so let's see how this goes.
Shoo.
Well, shucks.
Well, shit. And he just tips his hat back and says, "Didn't think I was gonna catch up to you so quick, but nice to meet you. He's living and Watchdog, and I don't know who the new addition to your group is, but pleasure all the same."
I don't think he's living knows his name.
No, you
Yarunda is what I've been calling him.
Lunar Ultima, how do you know our names?
We are
And-
famous. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? How do I know your names? You're Jukebox Justice.
Oh, we have a name now.
Oh, that's right. Rocks.
You've been helping out around the city.
Yeah. Are you... How old does this guy look?
Young adult. So probably within like the 18 to
Same-
22 range.
Yeah, same
around
age
the
as
same
us.
Are you looking to sign up?
Sort of in a bit of a sense. I heard y'all were having some problems, and I figured I could lend a hand.
Understatement.
The rock guy was subdued and what other problems do we have in the Republic?
Joe just kind of shrugs. He's like, I don't know. I've been trying to keep track of the list of the entirety of them. You think I can keep track of which ones are public and which ones aren't?
Have you
I
been
mean-
patrolling this area very long? Herr Cowboy.
How rude of me. Pardon my impoliteness and not introducing myself. I am Spuds Mackenzie.
Best 10,000 points I've ever spent.
And no, I have not been patrolling this area very long. A friend of mine said that y'all might need some help, and thought I'd offer my services.
A friend, are you
Oh,
one
Herr
of,
Schnell? The fast boy.
or maybe one of Echo's friends?
No, not Senior Supersonic, or I'm not on personal terms with Echo. Maybe this will clear things up a little bit. Tex Arcana sent me.
Oh,
I don't think Elena
shit.
was aware that we sent a notice to Tex Arcana.
That
That was
none of you all did.
We've mentioned his name, so maybe that's how
Hecate knows who Tex Arcana is.
Yeah, maybe she sent word.
And Joe did recognize the name in the past. I would know.
Joe knows the
Elena's
name,
thinking
but-
this guy might know just have a sixth sense of when we mentioned his name, and that's how he found out. Because that makes sense.
He is a wizard.
He is a
Like-
wizard.
Oh no, I'm not going to use that reference.
All right. Cool. I didn't know Tex was looking to help out. So you're what? His apprentice psychic?
Protege. Yeah.
Hmm.
Learned he's been educating me in some of the ways of superheroing and teaching me what he knows, trying to pass on the lineage.
Cool.
Is that taught or is it innate kind of thing?
As far as what, his powers, or
Yeah.
we have differing power sets. Mostly
okay.
he's just educating me in
Yeah,
his knowledge
the-
of the
heroing.
heroing and he looks over at Watchdog and Eugene and the supernatural.
What are you talking about?
Right.
Those are just perfectly
Right.
normal, very large city wolf. And other large, very
No,
large city wolf.
easy. It's all right. If Tex is involved, then yeah, we're werewolves. Not
have
the kind
werewolf in
that's
Kansas.
not the kind that's usually here. Well, I mean, I am, but long story.
There's a lot of darkness in this city. You don't need to try to explain it to me.
That would take all day.
Yeah. But yeah, if you're here to help and Tex send you, yeah, we'll absolutely take it.
Are you familiar with rocks at all?
It depends on the kind of rock. What are you looking for?
Oh yeah, is it? How
It's
long
a
ago was that?
meteor.
Mm,
It actually fell in Kansas. It was stolen from a museum back there, and we're trying to track down the guy who took it.
yes, all of that.
Do you have any sort of remnants of this rock or other pieces that might have broken off?
Oh,
Not in of so much words. She can sense the rock. I can sniff out the guy.
it landed in 1902. That probably doesn't narrow it down. I don't know if the museum maybe would have a sample of it. We haven't, or if it was returned to the museum. That honestly should have been the first place we checked, but they're closed right now. So
Yeah, if we could
They're
get
also
a sampling or maybe
looking for the guy who took it, and that's where the werewolves. There's the smelling the man.
We don't have a sample, but hang on. I need to make a call.
All
Pull
right.
up the communicator. Watchdog to Echo.
Mm-hmm.
Is crap, what was her superhero name? The
Parhelia.
Thank you. Is Parhelia with you?
Looks
Not
over it where
magically.
Sarah's probably angrily splatter painting a canvas.
I think she's probably calmed down
Okay.
a little bit, and it's more like a depressed painting.
It's very
Yes. Why do you ask?
Do you know if she still has a piece of the meteorite that got stolen?
I can ask. Sarah.
We've got a new friend who might be able to help. Courtesy
He's
of
from
Texarkana.
Kansas. The wizard from Kansas sent him.
I love that. I love the idea of Elena just being absolutely delighted by this.
Okay. Everyone was like, "It's a movie. It's not real." Wizard from Kansas showed up. Shows what you guys all know.
I love it. Good to who?
It's Herakana.
Texarkana is
Yeah.
here.
It's
Well,
not
he sent the
Texarkana, it's his
protege.
protege. He smells like potatoes.
Okay.
Kartoffel.
Why does he smell like potatoes?
I'm guessing it's part of his shtick. His name's Spuds McKenzie.
Or did he name himself because he smells like potatoes?
We just met him.
That's fair.
Places a hand on the communicator. Hey, did you already smell like potatoes? Or did you do it because of the name? We need to know.
Let me check with Sarah.
Okay.
And she's gonna hang up. Be like, Sarah, question.
Yeah.
You didn't happen to still have any pieces of that meteorite, do you?
No. If anything would have been on me, it probably got thrown out when we were in the other halcyon.
Yeah, that tracks. Oh, thank you,
sister.
Calls back. Echo to Watchdog. No, she does not.
I forgot I was muted. Well, we'll see what we can do then. But we've got one more fighter in our corner, I guess.
Good to have, I think. He smells like
like-
potatoes.
Yeah, but honestly, aside from that, Joe sort of looks over his shoulder at him. Kind of like his style.
Is he dressed like a fucking cowboy?
You don't know that.
Just hang up. Just hang up.
Well, Texarkana hangs up. She's just like dressed like a fucking cowboy.
Yes, Joe is that predictable. Okay, so we don't have a piece, unfortunately. We do have a witness of the guy who took it, so at the very least we can, like, compare there if need be, but first we gotta find this guy. So I'm guessing you're magic? Somehow?
A little bit. Like I was gonna say, if easy living here, you said you can sense it a little bit.
Oh, probably. I haven't tried since the last time, but yeah.
Something we could try doing, and this is just a suggestion. I don't want to we just met, so if you're not comfortable with this idea, it's totally fine. But I might be able to set something up where we could try amplifying that feeling. See if maybe that turn easy living into sort of like signaling beacon.
Like a conduit.
Okay.
He'll be like conduit, and that would enhance. Yes, that's what I did on the place with my rock.
All right.
I
Yeah,
think Joe was there for that.
Yeah, let's give that a shot. We were headed up to that building there, and I get better range the higher up I am. So
let's see if you can get the smell up there. That way, when we do the conduit stuff, we should be on ground level, so we don't hurt anybody or anything.
Yeah, I think also if you have somewhere that's a more out of public view, that would also probably
we can just go to the
a lot safer.
I was about to say we should probably hit up the junkyard.
Just at some point, just set up residencies there.
I mean, I've got my gym that I've got there.
There's a gym
used it
there?
at this point. Yeah, remember.
You just gotta go past the last car on the right, and then you'll find it.
All right. But in regards to me scenting things, you smell a lot like potatoes. I hope that's not like an insult or anything. Is there some way you can like tone that down a little?
It's like, sorry about that. It's not really something I can totally control. It kind of just comes with the territory.
Okay. Gonna take a wild stab here. Potato powers.
Magic smell like potatoes.
A little bit.
You know, I actually
show you a little trick. He pulls out one of the pistols, and he pulls the trigger, and just this little baby potato shoots out.
Okay.
Are they loaded by the patata? The kartoffel?
Well, of course they're loaded. They're in the gun.
Do you put them in there, or do they just you fire and it papas?
I feel like Joe made that joke in character.
She's just ignoring it.
Spuds is just like, can't tell all my secrets.
Oh, yeah, magician never tells secrets.
Exactly.
No, that's true.
Magician never reveals his secrets.
Okay. Yeah. So, if we need snacks, you're definitely the guy.
If they're raw pot, kartoffel. I'm not eating raw kartoffel. Don't be ridiculous.
I don't think it'd be too bad. But yeah, we'll start with the scenting, and then we'll see where we get with that, and then we'll try the conduit thing.
Okay. All of you can.
If you've got any word to Tex, like tell him and the preacher thank you.
I'll let him know. So all of you can start heading towards the tallest building. And I think that's a good spot for us to take a break.
Spuds McKenzie.
Spuds.
Why do I immediately love this guy?
Because he's extremely lovable. That's why.
Because he's a cowboy.
He's a cowboy with potato guns.
I love this game.
We will be back here in 10 minutes to see what chaos is going on in the base when Cynthia returns. And possibly Sarah. So go to the bathroom, get a drink, and
Get some fries.
Get some fries. Just go whip up some fries in like 10 minutes. Like
Load a potato.
Raw potato.
Just eat that potato raw.
Eat a potato. Do not
Yes.
cook a
bite
potato.
into it like an
Eat
apple.
a potato.
You want a potato, Hattie?
And then
I
join us
bel-
back here with your
Wait.
Hey, this might come out as total madness, but just wait. I really need to tell you something. 'Cause I feel alone in a room, surrounded by people I wanna know. If you're feeling it too, out on the roof, here with you, it all seems so distant. With you, under street lights right next to the skyline. With you, yeah, you. I've been a cynic for so many of my days. Now you just my makeup believer out of me. 'Cause you look so pretty in the sunrise, and somehow now everything is alright. I feel like every word is so translucent, so real. Oh, won't you tell me how you do it? Now I'm high, but the buzz in the room, surrounded by people I couldn't care, but nobody but you. Sway, move me now, baby, dance, give into the moment. With you, under street lights right next to the skyline. With you.
She'll hang up. Like, we're going solo. But, you know,
Is it technically solo if we're together?
oh, that's a fair point.
Unless we're going solo side by side.
But does Sarah exist? That's the question.
Is it technically solo since I don't exist?
Oh.
If a person doesn't exist, do they make a sound?
Well, you exist to me.
Does that make
It
me a
would make-
figment of your imagination?
You also exist to other people. Just not the ones who would be contextually important.
That's all dependent on the people who went to this other reality with you. So, could be some weird
Group
like,
hallucination?
group hallucination or mind.
Do you feel
share.
like you're a group hallucination?
Did the real life figment of our imagination just say, I think I'm a figment of your imagination?
Cynthia's just saying things at this point because it's funny.
I mean, I feel like I have my own identity and being, so I do not consider myself a figment of the imagination. But are your thoughts about me giving me power?
If they are, then I need to investigate what powers that I've stolen recently.
Do our thoughts allow others to exist?
I think, therefore, you are. She will. She takes her hood down and takes the face mask bit off. Just gets her hair back in place.
Mask hair.
Yeah. She is wearing a domino under the face mask.
My God.
Mask under mask.
Well, I mean, in episode
Russian
1,
nasty.
she had to have her full head mask taken off, so she's taking precautions.
She's got Russian nesting masks.
Takes off a mask. There's another one.
There's
another one.
mask.
There's another one.
mask.
The things that have been ripped away for you are necessarily as permanent as all that. I don't think you've lost Henry forever. I don't think you have to give up football as a thing you love. I don't think you're close to having had your parents, any of them, ripped away. There are good things in your life. Important things. But you need to fight for it. And I understand the self-doubt, the self-pity, and wanting things to just stop for a little while. But you have to keep going. It's just how it works. You need to cry. You need to scream. Do it. Whatever gets you through. Because if you stop,
showed up now and just bust through the door with spoons and ice cream.
No.
Okay.
Not unless you completely disregard what Eugene's gonna say.
That's fair.
So, if you won't believe in you, I believe in you. So believe in me.
I did this to myself, didn't I?
Some of it. Not all of it.
I had to go with Coyote.
She didn't even throw you as hard as Roxy did, which is good because that means Roxy can throw somebody farther.
Yeah, that's how you're gonna defeat Iron Maiden. Bitch, I can throw farther than you.
I'm gonna yeet her. I'm gonna yeet her in the ocean. We'll just drop kick her into the ocean. Just
She can fly.
trebuchet. No, well, we
Can she swim?
we put magnets in the ocean.
We leave her exposed to water so she starts to rust.
I don't think any of us know how magnets work.
I would assume that Cynthia does since she's a physics major, but
I was about to say Sylvie also took physics, specifically because Cynthia took physics.
Roxy kind of knows how magnets work because that's how you pop out dents in cars and shit.
That's how you
know?
cheat on tests. Magnets.
Jenna, did you actually say what you're doing? I feel like shortly after Liz leaves, Janet comes back into the garage, like locks eyes with Parker. We're stealing mail. Get dressed.
God damn it, Janet. Cut to black.
Oh my god. Okay. This will not go horribly wrong. Okay. Oh, with that,
Well, can I really quick? Because this is fast. Because this is like a total counter to what Janet just did. When Liz gets home, Dominic's sitting outside the gate, and that's when he says it out loud to her. So now her and so now his animals picked up on him saying it. So it's like the plans are just everything's gone to
Fuck the
crap.
plan.
Okay.
All right.
So what is effectively happening is that one meme of someone about to get shot and someone's like, no, 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 no. Just diving in front of each other.
Pretty much.
Okay.
Maya didn't.
Flynn's
know.
asleep.
Yeah, Maya
my
didn't.
God.
Flynn is asleep. No.
What a way to end off episode 2. What a cliffhanger.
Show me love. Show me light. Show me love. Make it change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me light. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me up. Show me love. This is all we got. Show me love.
Okay.
Pomme de terre.
Potatoes.
Kartoffel.
Potatoes.
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 Taters.
This is just what this has become.
Papas.
Yes.
So
Here
is
for the tatas.
Cynthia?
I said papas, but I'll take tatas. Potato tits.
I knew you would. We're here for it.
An aesthetic that can only be described as potato tits.
Welcome to TFT. This is what we talk about in our downtime.
Okay, we're just gonna have to clip all of that. I mean, like, that should just be our new
That's
channel
That's our new
trailer.
trailer.
Did we all just have a collective stroke? What just happened there? I think the hive mind glitched out.
We lost connection to the Wi-Fi.
Hate when that happens, but I
Yeah,
don't know
Captain
what to
ate the
do.
brain cell.
The hot spot turned into a hot pot.
With potatoes.
Yes, so Cynthia was gonna go back to the base. Is she bringing Sarah?
If Sarah wants to go, she's gonna recommend that Sarah goes because buddy system, but she's not gonna make her.
Yeah, I think Sarah would just want to work on her art.
I can't deal with your friends right now. Okay, that works.
I've been
Okay.
lighthearted long enough. It's time for
All right.
depression mode.
Alas.
Alas, it is that time. I'm getting
All right.
deep in the Russian.
That's one way to put it.
I need a vacation, staycation, medication, whatever.
All of the above. So Cynthia can get back to the base, and
Okay.
yeah, it's still not been that long, so Henry's still probably passed out on the couch.
I love this.
I'm guessing Roxy's just been kind of like hanging out. This whole time.
Roxy's actually having kind of like mini funerals for all the plants that she named that are now dead, and then she's putting them in the garbage.
Okay.
Like saying nice words to each of them. Like,
This is a totally normal experience.
Bob, I'll miss you. Sophie, you were the best.
Oh my god. I support this, but also what the fuck. Actually, that's probably the description for most of this series.
It is.
Hey, oh, hey, Cynthia, I was just saying goodbye to my plant friends. All right. What do we-
Okay.
Now we're not going to have
Dustin.
strawberry coffee or blue popcorn. All right.
We can figure out a solution. We have the technology.
That's true. That's true.
Gonna
Anyways,
synthesize strawberry coffee. Sell it on the market and make millions. It's the newest trend. No one knows why they like it. They just do.
yes.
It's definitely
Okay.
not because we put crack in it.
I feel
Is it-
great
is-
on this go-go bean juice.
Coke still legal in the 50s? It might be fine.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it is. The war on drugs didn't really start until like the 70s,
It's fine.
maybe the 80s. I want to say late 70s, early 80s. Maybe even
Anyway.
later than that.
Cynthia
Anyways.
arrives back at the base.
Hi.
Hello. I was just tidying up. She's got like a little tear and then she like wipes it
Do you want a hug?
away. Always, yes.
Somebody will give her a hug because she doesn't like to see her be sad.
Yeah. I didn't tell Joe about what the Fae problems are. He just knows we have them, I think. I feel like Sylvie should do that in a controlled environment.
Yeah. I did recommend that they or that Joe not experience that particular revelation until he's ready to move some stuff off of his plate.
I think he was a little I forgot that he was coming back to the base and that Henry would also be here, but she slept, so it's fine. And
Okay.
I don't think he did anything weird.
That's good. Not weird is good.
I mean, like just sniffing, not that he would ever do anything like bad.
That wasn't
just
what
like,
I
you know,
assumed, but-
not weird. It's different.
I mean,
right?
I meant like randomly proposing marriage out of nowhere.
yeah, or like breaking down, crying, and so,
That'd be
I
kind
don't
of-
know.
Ugh, God.
Not. I mean, like crying's fine. It's just-
Maybe it can come off as coercive in some situations.
That's what I meant. It's kind of like manipulative in that situation.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. No, I know. Anyways,
But he did pretty good.
Good.
He maintained good boundaries, at least while I was awake. He got here while I was still asleep.
okay.
I fell asleep on the couch, and Henry also fell asleep on the couch, but we were like on opposite ends, curled up. We were watching movies and stuff, and
that's
eating
nice.
ice cream, obviously. And she just picks up the ice cream containers and goes to clean that up.
I'm glad you had a good time.
Yeah. I think she went to bed later than me, so I don't know when she'll be up, but we
Right.
could probably get started without her, and then when she's up, we can.
All right. Let's clear some space and we can probably get to work on getting the right equipment in there here.
Yeah. Just tell me what you need moved, and I'll move it for you.
Sure thing.
Oh wait, you can move things too with your brain. Huh?
You
We're
know,
a dream team. We could probably start our own construction company if we ever decided to run away and change our names and, whatever.
if I get to the point where I'm running away and changing my name, I'm fully just becoming a bank robber.
You know what? I'm in. I'm in. We make great bank robbers.
Hell yeah.
There's not a vault door that could keep me out of it, and
Bonnie and Bonnie, except we don't die at the end.
I like it. Well, if it was Bonnie and Bonnie, they wouldn't have died. They would have been smart
That's true.
about it.
That is true. That is true. All right. Well, we have some free space. Well, storage space. Let's get it cleared out.
Okay.
Cynthia will bring her over to they probably got some storage rooms that they don't use a whole lot.
Mhm.
And from there, it's just moving stuff out of the way. So there's a slightly more controlled area.
Mhm. We'll put cuffs on me too, so then you can easily just float me or whatever you need to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
While we're at it, once Henry wakes up, I do want to get the whatever she needs set up. This is brain chemistry is not my strong suit.
Yeah.
I mean, I can connect or telepathically look at what's going on in there, but that didn't really turn up much last time.
Okay.
But we'll do what we can.
Roxy will relay what Grandpa Les gave for advice for he said to try to create a competing command
Okay.
that would activate before that. So then I won't do what they want us to do. I can do whatever we kind of decide is what I should do on the command, which...
Do you have any idea of what you would want?
I mean, throat punch the person talking, saying the thing but that seems like we might need. I hate to say this, but we might need Joe or Sylvie to be the one saying the command to me then. And that I don't know if I want to throat punch them a whole bunch because that wouldn't be nice. So maybe we need to think of something else.
How about come back to us?
A what?
How about just coming back to where we are? Because chances are, if they're trying to command you, they've got you semi on your own.
Yeah.
If you can get to where we are, then back up.
Okay. Okay, that's good.
Okay. So then, see what Henry needs when she gets up.
Mm-hmm. I think that sounds good. How was your night? Did you have a good time, Sarah?
I'd say an informative time. There's a lot going on.
Yeah. I think emotions are running high everywhere.
I'd agree with that assessment, yes.
We should probably figure out what we're gonna do with tremors.
Oh. I mean, I am not opposed to your framing idea.
Yeah, maybe I can meet up with Sylvie later and then we can go. I think Joe went to feed him this morning. And then when
Probably a
we're
good
gonna
idea.
free him or whatever, I'll see if he'll help us out with that. He might
Alright.
not be super happy that we kept him in itself, but we've been busy, so I'll try to explain that.
Well, better us than the cops.
Well, that's true, because who knows what they would do with him at this point. They might give him to normal.
Yeah.
And then who knows what would happen to him.
Yeah. Well, if he doesn't cooperate, there's not much we can do about it. I am not in the business of detaining people.
We gave him his chance. We let him cool down, and
see where we go from here.
Hopefully he got all that rage out. After that, it's kind of in his own hands. He needs to make his own decisions. You really can't save people like that, They have to want to be. They won't have to want to be saved,
You can lead a werewolf to water.
But you can't make him take a bath.
Yep. That's it. That's the phrase. That's 100% how this works.
Don't tell Joe I made that joke because he'd be so upset. Apparently, it's a sensitive topic to him. But
he's not here.
Sorry, it's just the way we do. Italians, we just make jokes of everything and we yell at each other and then we drink wine and eat lasagna. It's a culture, It's how we do things.
Anyways.
I make jokes about myself all the time.
This is true.
Yeah.
All right. I think from there, it's just probably waiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be a while if you're not waking Henry up.
Cynthia's probably going to take the extra time to build some new communicators since we're almost out.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. And get through a few of them, restock the drawer.
They're not super customized. They're just real basic.
she's gone back to our list of problems and she's trying to prioritize like what is the biggest like
What's the
thing
most
that we need to
problematic
deal
problem?
with, and like what are the things that we like, yeah, what she's ranking them by first. What's the most problematic thing that we have? Imminently problematic, and then like what is the most what can we actually address right now so that we can start narrowing down where we need to start things. Also,
works.
I think I should probably tell you that I did ask Rampage to please check out Rook Labs, and May have said that if she needed to commit some crimes in the process of checking them out. May?
I am choosing to not think about this right now.
I just told her not to get caught, you know? Said if you commit crimes, just don't get caught. And I think she
I don't
how to do that.
think Rampage would be the type for it, but the risk there would be if she does get caught and she gets tortured and she breaks under that torture, then there's a risk of sensitive information getting out, like where your family lives.
Something tells me that she doesn't break easily under torture.
I agree with this. It's more in principle. I just want to make sure you understand this, right?
I understand. I just
Okay.
assume that if as a special unit in the military that she's probably pretty used to pain, and you don't I think the way that you get information out of Rampage would probably be not through force.
I would agree with that. It's just consideration of the risks.
No, I understand. She did seem excited for something to do.
I can imagine.
So I think that would, I mean, at least that takes one thing to investigate off our plates, you know?
Fair enough.
And we can see where that goes later. I told her to call if she got into trouble or anything.
Okay. We'll figure it out.
Sorry if that was the wrong thing to do. I think I was just feeling like we had a lot of problems, and then like 4 more problems, you know,
I
emerged. So
I don't disagree with the call in these circumstances.
Thank
I just worry, you know me.
It's okay. I mean, I worry too, but like, I think that it's good to get her involved anyways. Just, it's good to stay involved. Feel like you're doing something productive. I don't want her to get too antsy, especially after we just left for like months. Because, you know,
I think she has a life outside of us, though.
Well, I assume, I don't really know too much about it, but I assume Tempest might be a part of that or not. I don't know.
Yeah, that should probably be something we check in on at some point. Since last I saw Tempest, she was kind of spitting mad.
It sounds like she probably still is.
Okay, good to know.
Rampage said, I think it was something like Tempest is Tempest and is a later problem.
Okay.
And I was like, all right, cool. So it sounds like you got that under control.
It's been
and
6
Rampage
months.
was like later problem. And I was like, oh, okay.
That's yeah.
So I'm just gonna leave that to Rampage and whatever.
I think that's fair.
Tempest doesn't blow anything up, you know, whatever.
Yeah.
Anyways,
we'll figure it out.
It'd be cool if she could like simmer down a little, and we could like start a superhero union or something. And oh, sorry, I was just
okay. What's the
coalition, union, whatever?
Normally,
Something.
when you unionize, it's against someone that you wouldn't be able to stand up to individually because you work for them.
Like your dad.
I don't work for him.
Nah. But, you know, like he's trying to take away our rights. So maybe we need like some sort of coalition or
I'm
civil rights union.
okay. Let's play this out. How do you see this working then? Hypothetically.
Well, if we all come together and coordinate, then we've got a lot more brains in the same room. But also we could maybe agree on like what our stance is and try to act in a unified manner.
Possibly.
Like if we all resist getting on the registry, working together to, you know what I'm saying?
Kinda.
I don't know.
It could work. You'd have to convince certain people to move past underlying tensions, old hurts. It's just doable, but difficult.
Distract them with new hurts.
That's one way, perhaps.
Look, this guy right here wants to hurt us all. Enemy of my enemy is my reluctant ally.
Sometimes. On occasion.
Well, I feel like at least all of the people with powers can come together and say, I mean, there might be a few patsies that go ahead and sign the thing.
True.
Have you talked to your sister at all? Because she publicly has powers. I mean,
not yet.
And you publicly have powers, and I don't know what that's going to look like, but
last time I took a test, it came up with some strange results.
Same. Not probably the same kind of test as you, but
it's hard to depends on the test. Sometimes it reads as I have no powers because the inherent power is to copy other people's powers. So the output is strange. Sometimes it just makes all the metrics go real weird. Either way, it's incredibly suspicious.
How do they measure powers?
There's a few ways. Sometimes it's like blood markers. If you want to do something really invasive, I think there's like a version that's like a marrow extraction, but
that seems not pleasant.
No, it's not. It's not an exact science, of course. Like proteins can only tell you so much. And if you have a power that nobody's ever seen before, there's no metric to test it against. So, I don't know. From my understanding of it, which may be deeply flawed, it's at best a lot of guesswork.
That's
but
what I was
technology
thinking.
marches on.
Interesting.
That's a word for it.
Well, I just wonder, like, in the registry, are they going to test our powers? What's the fucking plan there? Like, what if we just say we have a different power than we have? Like, what if I was just like, I just regenerate?
There's probably some degree of testing. I would imagine that they want to be certain. If they don't trust us enough to put us on a registry, then they don't trust us enough to be truthful on that sort of thing.
Are they just going to test everybody? Like, what's the plan with that?
Perhaps.
I mean, there's plenty of supers who don't have public, like, superhero identities or supervillain identities. They just are people, you know? Living their lives, and they don't really use their powers publicly at all.
The fact that they have them, though, could be seen as a threat to people like my father. He's not big on trust.
Siblings? Did his siblings have power, and like does he have a complex because he didn't get any powers? I mean,
as far as I know, he's
clearly your genetics. Like, I mean, you didn't you were born with powers. Your sister was born with powers. Like, you had to get that from your mom and your dad. In theory,
If somebody
one
in
of them.
those family trees has powers, I don't know about it.
Do you know any of the family? Do you know your family tree?
Not closely.
I'm just wondering what's wrong with your dad.
A lot.
Spin a wheel.
Out of nowhere, Grandpa Les said so many things.
God.
Did you do that too?
My God. Anyways.
Yeah, so okay, well, I was just thinking, like, if we knew what was wrong with him, then we could play that, use that to. I'm not big on manipulating people. I'm just saying, if anybody needed to be manipulated, it might be him.
As far as I know, the only thing he really cares about is himself, so that's a place to start. His image, particularly.
Narcissistic as fuck.
Maybe.
Yeah, sounds like it. I've never met the guy, but he reeks of it.
I don't know. It could just be he's lacking in empathy, incredibly vindictive. Who knows?
That's kind of what narcissism is.
I'm not a psychologist.
Okay, well, it's fine. Why didn't he keep trying to have kids then? Like, if he wanted a normal kid, why'd he stop at 2?
I don't know. You know, I never asked him why he stopped boning my mom.
He probably started boning his secretary.
That or she was boning him. He seems like the guy who might be secretly into the strap.
I could see that.
Sorry,
He just walks around like he's got something stuck up his ass. So.
I was just like, why?
No judgments on that, but I judge him on pretty much everything else.
No, that's fair.
But he does, yeah.
He is what he is.
And if he had powers, I'd punch him in the throat. Unfortunately, that's unethical because he would not survive that.
I would prefer if you did not kill my father.
Yeah.
Not out of any particular love of him, but
I probably won't. I guess I can never say never. Because, who knows what will happen in the future if it comes down to like having to protect you or protect, somebody else I love and keeping your father alive.
In situations where it
isn't
when
life
it comes,
or death. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can agree to that.
It's complicated. There's histories.
I'm sure.
But I guess it's a choice you can't unmake, and I'd prefer that you never were in a situation where you had to make that choice.
I mean, me too. I'm just saying that I don't think I'm incapable of it. If it needed to happen and there were few alternatives or,
Yeah. No, I get that.
I promise unless I'm given very few to no options except for that, I will not kill your father. I mean, he probably wouldn't do great in prison anyways.
No. It's more just...
It's more satisfying.
Killing someone can change you.
Probably, yeah.
Just things to consider.
Yeah. never killed anybody, right?
Hecate was very clear that if I ever did, and it was not very, very, very necessary, it wouldn't end well for me. Mostly in a probably she'd never talk to me again way.
Not in a Iron Maiden will chain you up in her basement way.
No.
Oh, okay. Just
She does have those vibes, I will admit.
you have no idea.
I don't want to have an idea.
Like,
It's the main thing she's asked of me. I want to uphold that if I can.
yeah, that's fair. I mean, I'm not like a killer by nature. Obviously, a lot of times I would rather just talk it out. I feel like a lot of problems could be solved if we just had conversations and listened to each other and stuff.
That's true.
But not everybody thinks like that. I feel like if we can solve without violence, we should, but
if every problem could be solved without violence, we wouldn't do what we do.
that's true. Some people can't be reasoned with, like your dad.
Yeah.
I'm glad he doesn't have powers, for the record.
I agree with this, but not having powers doesn't necessarily limit your capacity for evil.
No, definitely not.
Or
Many evils have been committed by people with no powers.
or your potential for destruction.
True. All you gotta do is look at Germany and
Yep.
recent history.
Lena sneezes.
Chilly on this
Rain on our
rooftop.
brains.
Pocket.
Elena time traveled and killed Hitler. And realized that didn't actually change the timeline, which sucked for everybody.
Unfortunately, it wasn't this universe, it was a different one.
Teleports and it's like, oh shit, it's that guy. Squeeze his head like a grape.
I knew I recognized that mustache. Yeah, no. Well, hopefully
The same thing I told Sylvie, just make sure it's thought through.
usually I can get them in a headlock and I don't need to kill them, so
Different levels of application of force are sometimes sufficient. Often
yeah.
sufficient. too.
Usually I can wrestle them and just grapples. That's one of the benefits of being very strong.
You are quite good at it.
Yeah. Probably should have joined the wrestling team instead of the football team now that I think about it, but whatever.
You were following a passion.
Eh,
Perhaps the passion was just annoying Joe, but
yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's annoying. I just wanted to spend more time with him because I felt like we needed a bond as a team.
fair enough.
And now we've all done so much bonding since then.
You're not wrong.
I wonder if he gets sick of us.
Sounds like a him problem.
You're right. It is a him problem. That's what family does. We're here to annoy you forever.
Fair enough.
That's our family motto.
I'm pretty sure my
Annoying and
family's
love ya.
motto is some sort of Latin monstrosity.
Veritas, some shit like that. Whatever the opposite isn't Veritas truth. It's the opposite of that one.
Memento asshole.
Memento narcissism. I look so pretty in the mirror.
I don't actually know why he stopped trying after me.
You'd think he'd want more. He's rich. He could afford it. It's not like he's like limited by that.
I don't know, maybe there might be some sort of test if you have enough money. Tells you, yeah, all your kids are going to be like this.
Maybe it's because he's was only having gals. Maybe your ma has the genes for it. I don't know.
Could be.
No,
For
because then
all
all
his
the boys would have
failings.
it too. Then I think I don't know.
For all his failings, I don't think he's particularly sexist.
Mm.
Classist. General asshole. Narcissist. Abusive.
It's superpowers. Seems like a Napoleon complex type thing, though.
Could be.
I
can't
just
say for
I get
sure.
those vibes. Like I feel threatened by the fact that you have powers and I don't. How dare you have powers and I don't?
Maybe. It could also just be that this is the most efficient avenue to control that he found.
If you make people love you and believe in you, they'll just want to do the things that you want them to do.
That would require not being a dick to people.
Hmm.
Not in his skill set.
It's true. I've never seen him not be a dick to people.
Neither have I.
For the record, I do want to squish his head like a grape pretty much every time I hear him talk, so.
That's relatable.
I mean, I won't. I just think about it a lot.
No, it's relatable.
I mean, it feels calming to me to just like that, imagine that, like when I'm meditating, you know.
Well, if it works for you, sure.
Just when I'm real angry. It's a nice calm down thought.
I love that you have that.
Like, you know what would make me so happy? If I squished John Evans' head like a grape and then he just wasn't in the world anymore.
Yeah, that's fair.
Anyways, moving on.
Oh, well, if you get lucky enough, people like him plant the seeds of their own destruction.
Oh, yeah, probably. I mean, if we really wanted to fuck with him, we'd get some of that hairspray. We'd try to track down some of the hairspray and then spray it in his fucking face so he had powers too.
I'm not sure that would help in this case. I think it's
Discredit him.
Could discredit him. But he's slippery.
Yeah. With it, knowing our luck, that'd be his fucking superpower. He'd just like be like a super greased up greaser dude that like you couldn't hold on to. He'd just slip through all of our fingers.
I feel like that'd be a little on the nose. Hi. I have a visitor.
Is it Captain?
Yes, he's screaming, but very tinily.
Oh, that's cute.
Tiny little screams.
Mhm.
As they're talking, I think Cynthia's just working on like communicators. Finishes one, puts it to the side, keeps working.
Yeah. And Roxy's just kind of like drawing on the board. And then she starts drawing something else on the board, and it looks like it could be the junkyard. And like,
Okay. All right.
Okay. So you can keep hanging out, doing your thing. It's gonna be a while before Henry wakes up. So meanwhile, the group downtown can get to the top of the tallest building.
All right.
You take a big sniff.
Actually, can y'all actually hear me sniffing now?
Yes.
Yes.
I heard your fingers crack.
Oh, yes. I got crunchy knuckles.
You take a big whiff. And do not catch any of that scent.
Huh. That's not good. I'm not picking him up anywhere.
To be fair, it has been many months.
Yeah, sure, but I mean, like, nowhere. Like, it takes some time for scent to wear off. And I mean, yes, it's been a few months, but like, if he was still in Halcyon, I'd be picking up something. If
Maybe
he's
he
not in the
left town.
city,
If he
Eugene
can-
says could have left right away, I guess. We don't really
Yeah.
know why he was here besides to steal something, right?
He could have
Yeah.
left when he drop off Archelia in the other place.
probably didn't go there though, because that would have like screwed him over. Probably, yeah, getting dumped into a world that doesn't have powers.
Unless that is his still works. I still had like lingering feelings. Valkyrie still had her glitter.
Yeah, but I mean, Valkyrie's Valkyrie. Who knows
Yeah.
how that worked?
But we don't know if this guy is even human.
Smelled mostly human. Okay. Well, sense a bust. But maybe the two of you can work something out. Uh well, Spuds, how is this meant to work? Forgive me, I'm not exactly familiar with magic.
No worries. Yeah, just need some space where we can spread out a little bit. I can set my things up and see if we can't heighten easy living senses. Turn her into a little bit of a beacon.
Marco Brothers it is.
I got plenty of supplies and just need a little bit of time. We'll see how it goes.
A ritual cast detect magic.
Ritual cast locate object.
Head over to the junkyard. Show him the little meat spot we've got there.
Whistles a little bit. Nice little place you got here.
Yeah. I try. It's one place I can actually work out without making people suspicious.
Nice and out of the way. Alrighty. I'm good to just like set up anywhere.
Yep.
Yeah.
This mind the stack of cars over there. That was me and Calamity were testing a few things. She ended up like landing face first into that. I'm fairly certain it's still stable, but maybe just don't poke it.
Well, thankfully, I don't need a car for this. And then he'll look around and find like a little piece of pipe and pick it up, and he will like start dragging it through the dirt and is drawing something like a big magic circle.
Joe just kind of watches.
A lot of different symbols and intersecting lines like magic circles do. Super magical, super sorceress.
Super magical, super circle.
Super magical, super sorceress circle.
Elena will give like a quick status update. I couldn't smell as it smells at the junkyard trying another thing.
Thank you for checking in.
After
Body
Spuds
system.
After Spuds finishes the circle, he tosses the pipe to the side and will has like a pouch attached to his belt, and will pull off the pouch and open it, and pulls out some salts and starts like very strategically placing the salt in different areas of the circle. Pulls out a kind of catches you off guard at first because it's like a little pinch of like white powder, but then as he's sprinkling that, you can tell it's chalk. Not drugs.
Man's just getting high to cast magic.
It's not actually magic. He's just high.
Yeah.
Oh, you're crazy.
Oops.
And then he takes a step back and racks his knuckles and rolls his shoulders a little bit and says, easy living, if you wouldn't mind stepping into the center of this here circle.
Sure.
And what can you kind of describe how this rock was resonating with you? Like, how were you able to sense it? How did it tap into your
Felt like
abilities?
a rock. That was so long ago. It was the rock, a meteorite that came from the space. So that is kind of in line with. No, I'm not updating my PDF reader.
Accidentally uninstall Zoom.
Somehow. That's why we don't do that. Don't mess with installation and uninstallation while we're doing Zoom. There was rock from space, and that kind of matches my power a little bit. Not quite the same wavelength, but somewhere like it felt like familiar almost.
So was it like sensing the direction it was in, or was it more of kind of like a resonance where you were like say you had two tuning forks and you like rung them both at the same time, and there was that kind of like vibration resonance. Was it something like that?
I think so. Well, sure, we'll go with that one.
All right. I'd like you to think real hard about what that felt like. Just if you need to, like, close your eyes, open your mind, think back to how it was in that moment, and just focus on that feeling.
She's gonna sit and try real hard to remember the whole thing.
Okay.
It feels like a lifetime ago.
Do you close your eyes or keep them open?
She keeps them open.
Okay. Spuds gives you a few seconds to kind of settle into this state and really sink into the memory of this feeling. And he smiles and snaps his fingers, and just almost like rotating into existence is this tome. This like notebook next to him, just floating in the air, and it opens, and several pages kind of like flip past until it lands on the ones he's looking for.
Whoa.
And he holds out his hands and starts saying something. It sounds like a bunch of nonsense. But the ring that has been drawn in the circle, the magic circle that's been drawn into the dirt, begins to emit a faint glow, and he continues this chant, just very focused and very like speaking in a very calm voice, very relaxed. So I don't know how Joe is feeling about observing this, but it's very much like
Usually he would be weirded out. I feel like right now, like he is transfixed and just thinks this is the coolest freaking thing.
yeah. And Spuds is also just exuding an intense sense of calm. Like this is just an everyday thing. Nothing weird
Confident,
about
cool.
it. Calm, cool, and collected.
That's a
And-
Spud Mackenzie vibe.
And as his incantation continues, Elena's skin takes on that faint glow that she gets when she uses her powers. And that feeling that you're trying to remember starts to take hold in your core. And it's more of a feeling than trying to grasp at a memory at this point. And Spuds' smile gets a little bit wider as he finishes like the incantation. The glow remains, but he says, I think we got ourselves a winner. How are you feeling, Miss Easy Living?
Okay. Connected?
This is so cool.
All right, now that we got ourselves a line, let's see if we can find a direction. And a couple more pages flip past in that tome that's just floating next to him. And he starts speaking another chant. And the glow gets a little more intense. And this chant is much shorter, so it wraps up pretty quickly. And I think even at this point, Spuds' eyes take on the same yellow glow that Elena admits.
That's
And
totally
he-
normal.
Totally normal. And he starts like looking up at the sky and looking around. And you, well, both of you could probably tell that he's definitely looking at something that you just can't perceive right now. It's not just like he's looking around trying to see what's around him. Like he's seeing something that is just
This
beyond
happened to Elena once.
your comprehension.
She saw Forever on accident once.
Similarly. And Spuds murmurs, I don't suppose any of you know how to jump realities?
Oh boy.
And he lowers his hands and
Elena just
all the
curses
glow
violently in German.
The glow just overall begins to fade, and Spuds' eyes come back to normal.
Well, I mean,
That makes sense.
kinda.
We couldn't find evidence that the rock was in the other reality, but we knew it went there. And we know that man can make reality bubbles go. Not bubble, the portal.
So he's hiding out in like a third reality, maybe?
Or we left the rock somewhere. We couldn't find it, so that doesn't mean that it wasn't there.
I don't really have much info on how it got there or if the person you're looking for is still there, but
Because we know Carhelia says she had it with her. And that was why he knocked her out.
But going back into another one of those realities, we could be there for another chunk of months.
Well, we don't have to do it now. As long as it doesn't go anywhere. Because we kind of have the whole other pressing problems.
Yeah.
And
Technically, we don't
could always
really
check again, see if it's moved. If it's gone somewhere else. Whenever you're
we don't technically really know how to jump realities. That was just a fluke both times.
I
I think the
mean-
second one was very intentional, but we can't do it safely. We have no guarantees that we will go to the place we want to go.
Well, I mean, before we were kind of shooting in the dark, and now just sort of like gestures to Spuds. Like, I don't know, he just used you to find this guy across realities. Is it really so hard to think he couldn't point Calamity in the right direction?
Maybe.
certainly
Seriously,
try
that
to
was-
help.
That was really cool.
And now that the glow has faded, the tome flips shut and then just like spins and phases out of reality.
Okay. Come back. All right, so we can at least track this guy. We know that now.
We can track the
we
rock.
we can track the rock.
It's probably with the
We-
guy. I mean, that seems to be the whole
Probably.
reason he was here, because he didn't stick around.
There's no
But he could
guarantee,
just
but
have left it somewhere, or
if you don't know what his motive was for taking it, who knows why he dumped it where he did. But we can always go looking. Maybe someone else could have some more info for us.
yeah, we would
Maybe.
need some type of expert in space rocks.
We could ask around at the museum.
The school had a planetary
Also true.
observatory.
I don't know how willing they're going to be to talk
Well,
with me. at
maybe
this
not
point.
let us use the big old telescope, but somebody to talk to.
Talk to a couple professors, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's a start. Okay. But if we're gonna go after this rock and presumably this guy, I mean, we'll have to think it through somewhat. Last
Oh,
time,
yeah. We cannot go willy-nilly into this kind of situation again, because
especially considering that it seems like it had a lot of consequences on both ends.
I mean, now we have two calamity. Maybe next time we have one, or dry, or a second watchdog. We don't know what's gonna happen.
Hey, Spuds. It seems like you know this magic stuff. Could you tell us if someone is here because of, like, what this guy did? Like, could you tell, like, what he did to reality?
I could certainly try. That aspect, I mean, I might need a little more info or exposure to what happened. If you're just saying, hey, go find these weird anomalies, I don't know if I'd necessarily be able to pick them out from everything else going on in the city, but
If we took you to an anomaly, would you be able to tell if it was one?
I really don't know.
Hmm.
It's hard to say because it kind of depends on like how it came to be, what was
Well-
involved in like the creation of it. So if I don't have any sort of reference point, it could be pretty successful in blending in. If
That's-
it's not something that's like literally tearing the city apart.
You not you specifically, but is it within the realm of magic to make a clone of somebody? or alter enough
Not
memories to remove a person from existence?
Like I said, we're dealing with a lot right now.
In that case, not that I know if I could see if Tex knows anything, but that would certainly take a lot of power.
Well, if this guy can pop a hole into reality.
Seems like he basically sidestepped into ours just to take a rock and almost kill somebody and then left. So, yeah, I'm willing to say this guy's got a lot of juice behind him.
Mm-hmm. If not himself, maybe a benefactor or a thing.
Maybe he's got some sort of gizmo that lets him do it. I mean, he had like the
Maybe
sword.
he could have had other gizmo.
Yeah. It's got to be something that lets him, like, either it's an ability or a gizmo of some kind that lets him go from reality to reality without breaking it like we did, I think. Because
Maybe the gizmo is what lets him go around, but he's got a juiced head with magic
maybe.
and has enough magic juice to make a whole person disappear in everybody's memory.
You know
Sense.
what? Something we could try is sometimes, depending on the magic, could leave a little bit of a trace behind. So if you know wherever this guy popped in,
He definitely popped out as a museum.
popped out, I could see if maybe there's something that normal senses can't detect.
I mean,
That would be a lot of help.
we were talking about popping in there to talk with people anyway,
They're
so
probably open by now.
yeah.
He definitely popped out on the roof, so if he can check there, poke around the inside maybe, go over there, and then maybe have you check out a couple of people to see if they have kind of like magic residue. If you don't mind.
I'm happy to help. That's what I'm here for. Just your friendly neighborhood spuds.
Okay, that's good.
Okay, so you can well, before you leave, Spuds is definitely going to mess up the magic circle in the dirt.
I'll
Just
give it some
kick it up to clear it off.
stuffs.
Yeah. And then all of you can head back to the museum. Are you all gonna go up to the rooftop, or are you gonna split up?
We just need to see if that rock is still in there, really.
I'll go human with Ultima here, and we'll check inside, see if the rock's back. Well, it's probably not back if we're picking it up in another reality. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Elena will take Spuds up to the roof.
Okay.
Before Joe and Ultima morph, so he doesn't know.
Okay. Alrighty. Joe and Eugene can head into the museum. And you can go and find your way to the space part, like the space exhibit. That's what that's called, the space section, and look through some of the displays. And there is, like, most everything has an item present, but you get to one where it's like kind of got like three little pedestals, like sort of pedestals, three little levels. So there's like one high up in the center and then two like lower ones on the side.
Mm-hmm.
And the one in the middle and the one on the right side have items in them and little plaques, but the one on the left is does not have anything there, and there is no plaque.
Are the other two meteorite related?
Yes.
Okay, so it's definitely missing. I think Joe will look around for, like, I don't know, tour guide, curator, someone who looks like they might know something about this stuff.
Yeah, you can find someone.
Excuse me. Do you have a second?
Sure. What do you need?
Sorry, I was just curious. It looks like there's supposed to be something on display here.
That one? No, that spot's been vacant for a while. So we're trying to find something to add to the collection.
So it's just been empty?
Yeah. If there was something like, sometimes we take pieces in the back and clean them and, do some maintenance or whatever needs to be to keep things in good condition. We will put up a little sign that says maintenance in progress or whatever, or, item not currently on display. But those are like pretty easily identifiable because of the sign, and then there's like the plaques for items usually stay up, but this one doesn't have a plaque.
Okay. Was anything there?
Sadly, no. We've been trying to fill that spot in our collection for a while, but
Huh.
no luck yet.
Well,
We've had some, like, rotating pieces that come in and out, but nothing that's home in our collection.
let's see. Well, good luck filling that. Joe just, like, goes back to studying the exhibit and then, like, internally is like, oh shit.
Whatever could you mean? Anyway.
And then once he's, like, free of the crowd, he'll switch on the communicator to echo, oh, we got a bit of an update.
What is it?
Well, okay, a couple things. First of all, we have figured out where this guy might be, but where the rock definitely is.
Chainsword guy?
Yeah. He's in another reality. Or the rock is, at the least.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Yeah, and he's definitely not around here. Nothing smells like him.
Okay.
But here's the thing. I think... you know how, Sarah's, like, stripped out of reality somehow?
Yeah.
That happened with the rock.
Oh.
They just have an
Okay.
empty pedestal, and I talked to one of the guys there. They're trying to fill the spot. They don't know anything's missing.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Interesting.
So maybe this isn't, like, something that was intended for her. Maybe this is just the guy trying to cover his tracks.
That seems likely. I don't feel like she was the target of any of this. I feel like it was the rock, but she maybe got caught in the crossfire.
But then maybe that also explains, like, a little bit what happened with Roxy. I think I remember her mentioning that, like, Tony didn't know she had powers.
Yeah, I'm not sure exactly what happened, to be honest. I have guesses, but that's all I have.
I mean, she punched a hole through reality, so, like,
That's
maybe
true.
she got the backblast of whatever the heck this guy did.
Could be. But her situation is different from Sarah's, so.
Spud said that he can, like, test, like, places and people for this guy's influence, maybe, so...
Oh.
I don't know how we'd get him to test Roxy too, but, I mean, if Sarah's up to it, maybe he could figure out what happened with her some?
Well, if she's up for it, sure.
He's
I'm never going to say no to more information.
He's testing the spot on the roof where he disappeared now.
Okay. Well, it's more information than we had before.
Yeah, but if we want to chase this guy down, we're gonna have to go reality jumping again. Which is
Well,
worrying.
that matters less for me, perhaps, than it does for others. So let me know what you need from me in terms of preparations or help if it does come down to reality jumping again.
I mean, Spud sort of gave it in no uncertain terms, so it's just a matter of, are we doing this, I guess?
A better question might be, are we doing this now? You saw the list. We have a lot going on. What happens if we just disappear and are gone for a few months? What does the pack do? What does the fucking Fae bullshit do?
Yeah, good point.
As much as I hate to say it, this man is not an immediate threat at the moment. He might be planning something. And if in a world where I wasn't worried about the rest of everything happening, I'd be very in favor of going after him as soon as possible. But
we've got everything else going on.
we've got everything else going on.
Yeah,
If
we
the
can't.
team
Oh, sorry.
if the team decides differently, then I'll go along with that. But my vote is that we deal with the things that we can deal with here that don't require possibly fucking up the timeline again in weird ways that we can't predict.
Well, I mean, he's not Tex, but maybe Spuds can fix some of this?
It's worth asking.
I don't know. I've got a hunch that Roxy 2 isn't connected to the goons who tried to take her, because I don't know, it just bothers me that we haven't, like, connected the two of them at all.
I don't know what to tell you on that one.
Just feels like if there was a connection, we would have found something by now. Like, she would have reacted to that phrase or something.
Roxy 2?
Yeah.
I don't think there's a connection. Just to be honest with you, I don't think there is one. I think it's related to the reality hopping.
That's my guess,
And
too.
I think that Roxy 2 is what our Roxy would have been if she never had gotten powers and if they'd never done what they did to her.
Huh.
That's my guess.
Well, at least we know her personality wouldn't be too much different.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll see what we can find out with Spuds, and then we can do testing with Sarah. Should we bring
Yeah.
him back to the base? Probably, yeah.
It'd be the most efficient, probably. I also have some. If he does know magic, maybe he can figure out some of the memory issues people are having around Sarah.
He definitely knows magic. It's actually pretty cool.
Fanboy.
Like, the superhero stuff is usually pretty weird, but like that magic was rad.
I'm glad you're having fun.
It's cool. It's cool when Spuds does it, but when Sylvie does it,
it's weird.
It's
scary.
heaven forbid
Sylvie,
Roxy break
terrifying.
reality, a hole through reality, so that Cynthia isn't sad by losing her friend. Like,
We don't know if that was magic or if that was just superpowers.
we may
We
be
just
about to
don't
find
know.
out.
Roxy's also a wizard. That's the plot twist.
Okay. Here's what I'm thinking. I'll have Elena and Spuds head to the base, and then me and my dad will head to Leah's place and see if we can pick up the trail of the goons.
Okay. It's been a minute since this happened, and the whole place was kind of sprayed with water from the fire hydrant. Or was it?
It was a fire
Mhm.
hydrant.
Okay.
Yep.
I hope you can find something, but I'm not sure you'll be able to.
We could
Um,
find where they are anyways. We just got to say the phrase and then you follow me and then you put me
No.
out before I go there.
Oh,
No.
There is that, but I do also have a backup guess, I guess.
Oh.
Do you know whatever happened to that hairspray factory?
Got destroyed.
Yeah,
We blew it
I
up.
demolished that shit.
Was
But I mean,
destroyed in the
Is
battle.
it still ruins, or did somebody else put something there? Because if it's still ruins, there might be enough scent left over, maybe?
We can check.
I'm probably gonna check if I can't find anything on the goons themselves.
Please be careful.
I'm trying.
If you see a lizard man, don't engage.
Maybe you can keep me
Especially if
safe
he's
from my
wearing a
enemy.
bad suit.
That goes by the name Zarkmuckerberg.
Really on about this book of faces.
Oh
right.
man.
Watchdog out.
See you shortly.
Okay, up on the rooftop.
click, click, click.
Wait, is that
Alina
copyrighted?
was Santa Claus.
It is-
I think it's
I
old
knew
enough
it.
that it's not
Early.
copyright.
It is too
It is
early.
way too early.
It's Halloween season.
Spooky.
The clicking is bats.
Spuds
Puts
pulls
Elena
out,
in her heels.
and also Spuds is like heeled cowboy boots.
Spurs.
Spuds pulls out a piece of chalk and starts to draw a different magic circle on this rooftop.
Elena points out specifically where Roxy made a portal.
Okay.
Because that one's gonna be a different. If it's all different signatures, then
Hey,
that one,
that's not. Sorry.
then that one will be a different signature. Because it'll be Roxy or Calamity.
Okay. He finishes drawing this magic circle. Once again, the tome reappears, flips open to a specific page, and he starts in on this incantation. The magic circle takes on this shimmering glow, and Spuds is looking around this rooftop, just taking everything in. Just kind of like gets this look on his face before he lowers his hands and stops talking, and the glow fades. Okay. So there's definitely like, the best way to describe it is like there's a scar here, okay? There's something obviously happening, based like what you were saying, you smashed a hole through reality, you jump places, that makes sense that there would be like there would be a scar here where something was broken open and then healed itself or fused back together. But I'm not detecting any signs of magic.
Okay.
So it's likely that this guy that you're after is using something else to get between places.
Okay. Hang on. Put that in my notes. Not magic.
Are Joe and Eugene gonna shift and like climb up the side of the museum to get to the roof?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can hop back
So
over
then-
the ledge.
Oh man, did I miss it?
Yeah. But
Aw.
we know that Roxy Calamity Portal, not magic. So if
Okay.
there any kind of magic residue on Calamity, it could be from the dimension hop. Well, that also wasn't magic.
I didn't find any like magical residue, so there's
Anything on Calamity could be from Valkyrie, could be from
Okay. I mean, that
gestures
rules out
vaguely.
like one of 3 options between magic, technology, and weird.
Yeah, so we're just down to weird and technology.
It's better than having 3 options, I guess. Okay. I just talked with one of the museum folks. They don't know the rock is missing. It seems like
is
it
there
got...
a fake there? And
No, I mean, there's an empty pedestal, but they're just looking for something to display. They're not worried about someone stealing it.
they could be lying, though. Like, this thing has been gone for many months.
I mean, maybe, but like, there wasn't even like a label or anything, and the guy didn't seem concerned about it. It seemed more akin to what happened to Parhelia, just kind of like snipped out.
Balefire? Question mark. We can put a pin in that because if it good museums, they would have log entries, and maybe we can ask them later about that.
Maybe I don't.
But
know
let's
that
operate
smart
like
things to
it's
ask.
gone, like it doesn't. We remember it because we saw it.
Okay,
Kind of like how we remember Parhelia because we saw her.
rescued her.
Yeah, and we were in the same place. So maybe because we were in the same place as the rock, maybe that's why. So we'll operate like the similar vein. Like it
No,
was never.
that can't be it, because remember, Hecate was here, and she completely forgot about this, right?
It's true. She forgot. Yeah, she did, didn't she?
So it's got to be something about like not crossing like lines of
Hecate
reality.
doesn't remember Parhelia or the portal.
So it's like,
so it has something to do with crossings of reality.
What is it? What is it?
Okay, but that's important then, because that means that anything that crosses is going to be affected somehow. Like, we got brain swapped, Parhelia got cut out, as did the rock, and like memories of what we were doing that night seem to have like gone up in smoke too. So that would mean that this guy potentially could have been coming here for who knows how long. I mean, obviously these places aren't lined up time-wise. But how do you check a record for something that nobody knows is missing?
Well, if the rock exists, it would have been scientific fine. We could just ask a scientist. I don't know.
Hang on. Spuds, Tex is in Kansas, right?
Yeah, could he call somebody, some type of space scientist over there, and see if there was meteorites in 1902?
I can certainly ask him, see if he has some contacts that might know a thing or two.
Or a crater or something.
It depends on the size of the thing. And how long it was. I mean, if it was... how big was this thing? Well, big enough to carry, right?
Whatever size
like
it was.
Fist size sort of deal, I think.
Okay. So, yeah, I mean, depending on the impact crater, that could have gotten overgrown with wildlife or filled in for whatever reason. So there might not be a physical record of it anymore.
Maybe, but maybe there's a piece of it there. And if we got a piece, that probably expands what
Hmm.
you can do, it seems like. Yeah. I mean,
Possibly, but if there was still an existing piece in this reality, we probably
He would
would
have
have
found it.
no, we would have sensed it.
Yeah.
okay.
Because if it's coming from the same meteorite, then
Yeah, that's a good
we
point.
would have gotten like two
Good point.
different pings.
Okay. So, but I mean, if it's like Parhelia, and there's still like evidence, then that means this is only something that affects memory.
Mm-hmm.
So you can almost like hear the gears grinding in Joe's head as he's trying to logic his way through this.
Smoke coming out of one ear.
Ugh. I don't know. We should probably run this by Echo. Should probably figure something out of it. Okay. But you
Yeah,
two.
Spud. It's not Bud, it's Spud.
Spud. Okay. Spud. Easy. The two of you are wanted back at base.
Yeah.
Me and Ultima are gonna check out the site of the Black Ops team. Sort of turn to Spud. Another thing we're dealing with.
I mean, I knew you had a wealth of problems, but we're just coming out of the walls like, am I still black cheese?
You should see the board in base.
There's a board.
Oh yeah, I think
Oh.
Calamity wrote out like a whole list of things.
Oh, a very detailed list, or just the Calamity snapshot style, broad
was
strokes.
Shorthand.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, we'll meet you back there. And Spuds, thanks. This is kind of exactly what we needed.
That's what I'm here for.
Okay. Everybody know what they're doing?
Yeah.
Right. Break.
Okay.
Woo.
So, Watchdog and Lunar Ultima could head towards Leah's safe house, while Easy Living and Spuds McKenzie head back to the base. I'll say probably shortly before they get there, Henry wakes up. And there's probably like this moment of stillness before she gasps and is like, "What time is it?" And there's just like a loud thumping as you hear her running around in the other room.
I think she's awake.
Or you're being burgled.
Cynthia, you're muted. Just if you're
Yeah.
gonna start talking.
Muted because I was yelling at my cat earlier for stealing my macrame.
It's his macrame now.
He did not succeed. He'll have to try harder if he wants to try and eat it, which he will try and
Macrame is
eat it.
macramine.
Micrame.
Let's go check on her.
Yeah, that's probably good. I should warm up his sandwich.
Okay. Yeah, you can head into the other room, and yes, she is indeed like running around trying to find a clock. Probably finds her way to the kitchen. And is just looking a little frazzled, and probably like sees the time, and it's probably like mid-afternoon at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somewhere you need to be.
You should eat something. Roxy just picks up the sandwich, puts it in the micro. Oh, wait, did microwaves exist then? In the oven to warm it up, and then
I thought It was around, or maybe I'm just thinking of like.
I'm almost certain.
I think it was the
microwaves are a thing by this
60s.
point. Hang on.
I think we might be
Go
off by a
Google.
decade.
Everybody
October 8th,
simultaneously Googles it.
1945.
What the
No!
hell?
In 1945, the
Then
heating
we
effect
definitely have a
of
microwave.
a high-power microwave beam was
We're all gonna
accidentally
get
discovered.
cancer from it, but we have a microwave.
Interesting.
It's a Hecate special microwave. It's been extra insulated.
They did so residential microwaves did become more popular in the 70s. So 1970s, and by 1986, roughly
Yeah.
1 in 4 American homes had one.
The
But
first
considering-
countertops were in the 60s.
But considering the people we have here, there's probably like some form of a closer household microwave that you can have if you
Sure.
want.
I bet
I
we have
mean-
just like a small oven that Sylvie accidentally shrank.
Oh my
And-
And we
god.
didn't
and it
know
just,
what to
like,
do with
yeah.
it. So
Yeah.
we've accidentally invented a toaster oven.
There you go.
She
Perfect.
puts it in
Fey
the-
toaster oven.
the Fey toaster oven and then warms it up while Henry is having a mini panic attack about the time.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I think you start heating up the sandwich, and you can tell like she very much wants to say something but doesn't know. But it's also like, you're making me food.
That's what Roxy does. Especially in situations where people are in distress. Her mother taught her, you panic less when there's breadsticks or garlic bread.
Yes.
In case of panic, break
Comfort
glass,
card.
and there's just like an oven with garlic bread in it.
Comfort cobs.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
in case of panic, break bread.
Oh my god.
Hey, it works.
All right. So yeah, she's just warming up the. Did you have something that you had to do today?
Yeah.
Did you miss it?
No.
Are you going to your ma's house?
She purses her lips and very much wants to say no, but doesn't want to lie to you.
Are you sure
got-
that's a good idea?
You're gonna go to dinner, aren't you? What's the worst thing that happens if you don't?
I really don't want to think about that right now.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, she's not gonna tear the city apart because you didn't come to dinner, right?
I might.
Cool. Then I can punch it for real. That qualifies, right, Cynthia? I can then punch you.
If
she
she's
start-
going on some sort of rampage, yes, but I still don't think that's a fight you're going to win.
With Elena's help, I probably could.
Maybe.
Elena floats in, I punch her. It's a team
I'm pretty
effort.
sure she can fly.
Well, I'm pretty sure Elena has gravity powers, so she'd just like be like, no fly.
I guess it depends on how the gravity powers work.
Make her too heavy to fly. I don't know. It'd be interesting to see.
Maybe
It's an experiment.
maybe test experiment in other situations first.
Gets a newspaper, smacks Roxy. No.
Do not.
I will say too that similar to last night. I don't know if Roxy would notice it this time. Cynthia probably most definitely would. But the skin around the ring on her finger has a lot of like the metal from the ring is like expanding and contracting on her skin, like in the area right around the ring on her hand.
I can't make your choices for you. If you really want to go, you can go. We were going to ask for your help in unhooking my brain. I talked to my grandpa Les, who is a psychologist, and he said that I should try to implant a competing directive think so. What's he said or something like that?
I can
Man.
still help, Roxy.
What are you gonna say if you go to dinner?
She just like can't beat your gaze and just kind of like drops her head and stares at her feet.
Well, you're an adult, and I'm not going to tell you what to do. But Grandpa Les would say that when you're dealing with somebody that's like that, it's best to reduce contact. And if you can't do that, then you got to use the gray rock method. You know what that is?
I don't think Henry's really taken many psychology classes, so she'd probably be like,
You got to keep it short, you keep it brief, you maintain your boundaries, and you remain unemotional. Because if you show, like, if you get upset when she does something like condescend to you, then she'll feed off of that. Grandpa Les calls it energy vampiring. Well, that's how he explained it to me. They like feed off of it. And then it can escalate it. So, like, if you just give them nothing and say, no, this is what I'm doing. I understand that you don't agree, and it's still my choice. Then you just kind of stay non-responsive. Or non-reactive, I should say, not non-responsive. Keep the responses short and brief.
very neutral.
Neutral.
I think Henry just nods, and the microwave dings.
It's also okay for you to just say, I don't think that this is a good time. You could call her and be like, I'm not coming. Maybe we can do it next week or something. Whatever. It's totally up to you, though.
Yeah, she just kind of nods and she's listening, but
It's odd, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah. Why don't you eat some breakfast and then I think we can get started. Maybe Cynthia can like float me, that way I can't walk anywhere, and then we can kind of figure out where the trigger is with the phrase. Start
That's
taking
the
like
goal.
baselines at least.
Despite everything, Henry still is very hungry and will eagerly eat the breakfast sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
And probably around the time that she is finishing up, Spuds and Easy Living would arrive back at the base. I'm assuming giving a heads up to everyone inside that a guest is here. So people can mask up and put disguises on as they want and see fit.
If Henry wants one, Cynthia will loan her just some of like the base mask costume stuff if she wants it.
Yeah, she'd probably take it. Maybe not, probably wouldn't like fully suit up, but just some,
Like a domino or two.
like at least
or
a
something.
domino, maybe something,
A onesie.
not really a onesie, but maybe like something for
Unitard.
what's the term? Oh my gosh. Like a headscarf. Just to kind of like keep her hair
Yeah.
pulled back and
Mhm.
cover
Sure.
everything else. But I think that is a good spot to end things this week. And we can see what chaos ensues next time.
Do you
Hell
have
yeah.
Did you have a specific ending scene in mind, Charlie, or do you mind if I jump in with something? Because I had an idea.
Sure, if you have something.
Okay. As Spuds and Easy Living are taking off, Joe notices that Spuds left his circle of chalk on the ground.
He did
And-
mess it up, didn't he?
Yeah.
was
No,
at
the
the
first one he
junkyard.
did.
Yeah. And he just like bends down and like rubs it a bit to just erase it. And he doesn't really like pay it much attention, just tells Eugene where they're headed and starts hopping away. And doesn't really notice that the chalk has changed color where he touched it. To black and blue and yellow and white.
Like his soul. Sorry.
And I'll say, as you're hopping over the side of the building, there's a little spark.
Uh-oh. You just teleported werewolves in. That was a summoning circle for werewolves. Uh-oh. Maybe they're
Plot
were
twist:
lions.
Spuds is the alpha.
I think
That would be
Texas.
one hell of a twist.
I think Hecate would have been the biggest plot twist that none of us saw coming. But I don't think it's Hecate because Hecate doesn't strike me as a wolf.
You'd have bigger problems, I think.
She's more, I mean, like if we were looking at for like an alpha were panther or something like that, I could see that. You know,
Tigress.
yeah, she's got like cat-like behavior. Like I could never see her being a canine lycanthrope. She'd have to be a cat-like one.
Okay, end of session questions. Who would like to go first?
I was muted. I can. I'm gonna grow closer to Watchdog.
Mhm.
Yay!
We
Yay!
hung out today.
We're friends.
Let's see. Watchdog. Well, Joe does have influence over you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they're the same people.
You, we
I
We've
have
all
no
known everyone's the same
conditions,
people.
So I get to mark my last potential.
Wow.
Oh,
Clear track number 3.
advancements.
Nice.
Patty, I'm almost done. Quit booping.
You're getting stronger.
Sad horse noises.
She was crying earlier. I had to mute.
Okay. Since I already got influence, I think I will bump break up superior down. Just because you were using your powers in like crazy ways via Spuds. And at the same time, you did not condescend to Joe, which he continues to appreciate.
My feet can go up. Okay. And then you said save.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine too. Advancement. Patty. Now I have to find my list of potential advancements that I wanted.
In a similar vein, I think I will also grow closer.
You're gonna choose Spuds, huh?
To Spuds
wanna
McKenzie.
I kind of want to choose Spuds
Okay.
because he's cool.
Spuds would not have automatically had influence over you, so.
And you know, I do have conditions I could clear, but I think it's more thematic for Joe to hold on to guilty and insecure right now. So I think I will mark potential. And I am influenced by Spuds. The potatoes, they have a hold on me.
They're speaking to me.
They've gotten their roots in me.
There's so many eyes.
Buds McKenzie.
Spuds.
Watch his
Congratulations,
NPC.
Maria. He's gonna be around a while.
I was about to say, watch this NPC
I
become
love
like
this.
super important to the plot.
He is now. What are you talking about?
Fair. That's fair.
Elena's over the moon that there's actually a wizard in Kansas.
I love this for her.
And now his protege's here?
Hell yeah.
I wonder
means the
who
wizard could be
I wonder
there.
what Tex's identity is. Maybe we'll
Hecate.
find out.
Dorothy Gale.
It's just Hecate. She's the only person we've talked to.
Surprise. It's all Oops, all Hecate's.
Oops, all
Oops, all Hecate's.
Hecate's all the way down.
Oh no.
You see, I perfected the cloning process, and whilst you
Oh,
all were
those are
gone, I
called
replaced
flares.
everyone in Halcyon with myself.
I guess we don't have a werewolf problem anymore unless Hecate really was the alpha, and then we have a whole city of alphas, and that's a problem.
Surprise.
Actually, I think we should just run away from that one, though.
Probably the safest option, not gonna lie.
Leave the Fae with them and just something
You
will
all
sort
can
something out
yourselves
there.
out.
Something will sort something out there, and then wait until there's less problems. All the dimension hopping, everyone? All right, let's go. Vacation time.
Gonna take a vacay in the normal plane.
I can go next. I'm going to go closer to the team, specifically Echo. Obviously, we spent some quality time together, and she feels a little better now that Echo came home. I know it was just because Sylvie wasn't there, but like she was feeling sad that Echo wasn't there, and a little like guilty and afraid that like the whole polycule is going to collapse. And that is honestly worse than the werewolves taking over the city or any of the other stuff to Roxy. So I mean, she, even if it doesn't work with Sylvie and Cynthia, she's just glad that their relationship seems to be all right, even though Roxy's making choices with Iron Maiden that Cynthia doesn't necessarily approve of.
That's a one way to put it.
Don't die, damn it.
Like, I spent too fucking long trying to keep you alive.
For you to go and be stupid. Yeah. I will give you influence. You already have influence though, so you get to switch my labels.
Okay.
Now we get to play dangerous. Am I gonna get another condition?
How many
I'm
are you
gonna
up
clear
to?
afraid 2 because she's feeling a little better about things.
This could go one of two ways, but so as much as Cynthia is incredibly worried about Roxy maybe facing off against Iron Maiden, she's also, I guess in a way, proud of Roxy for standing up for what she thinks is right and protecting Henry, or trying to get Henry to protect herself rather. So we're going to go Savior up, Mundane down. We'll see if that gives you a condition or not.
Actually, it doesn't.
Woo!
All right. That's good. Then yeah. Perfect. Then I have cleared afraid, so I no longer have conditions. Which will last all of one more episode probably, and then I'll get more conditions.
Perhaps.
Here we go. Yeah.
I can go.
Yep.
Cynthia's feeling like she's actually getting some stuff done, as opposed to just the kind of helpless sort of feeling she was experiencing before. So I'm gonna have her growing into her image of herself. We're going to go savior up, mundane down.
Great. Well, that was everybody. Things are slowly starting to get better.
We'll see how long it lasts.
Yes, indeed. Because I'm just here to make your lives miserable.
I'm here for it.
He gave us a new Spuddy.
Spud.
Our new
This
best
is
friend
Watch
here.
Dogs' new best friend. Tony's gonna be so upset.
Oh my
Calamity
God.
is gonna be upset
Jenna,
because Elena's
we need merch
delighted.
that says best spuds.
Yes.
Add
Oh
it
my
to the
God.
list.
And they're
Buddy
wearing
system,
it's just
shaken milk,
potatoes with cowboy hats on.
best spuds.
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
The Spuddy system.
The Spuddy.
oh my God.
Just have a set of stickers that are themed around potatoes and spuds.
Themed
I
around
love it.
Spuds Mackenzie.
Yes.
Yes.
That's what he deserves.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
I love this.
Well, thank you all for joining us this evening. We will be back with when this episode goes up, back with more Tales from the Loop, Clockwork Chronicles on Thursday. It'll be episode 4. Almost halfway through. Almost halfway through. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not losing my mind. It's okay. We're fine.
Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And actually, also, when this is going up, we're supposed to be doing Halloween one shot on Tuesday.
Mhm.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to make a choice. Do you want to do a monster fucker game or? I hope that we don't get banned from Twitch for that.
We'll figure it out.
I feel like I was
Review the guidelines real quick. As long as we don't show or overtly describe anything, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I
Well,
think it's
y'all are
fine, too.
definitely not getting away with that at any table I'm running.
Or are like a mystery game. That's what the two games are. Like Monster Hearts is just your monsters and you seduce each other, kind of.
I would be
do
down
that
for
in
playing
any
that at
game.
some point because I know I won't be able to be here for the Halloween game, but I would be very down for playing that at some point.
I've been thinking. Well, yeah.
Anyway,
Not to tell
future
everybody
future
our plans, but there are
conversations.
future plans.
Follow us on social media or join the Discord to know what the schedule is and be updated when we go live.
And see memes and food and Hattie.
And arts and crafts. And pets. Lots of pets.
Mhm.
And just general chaos. But is that all? Yes, that should be everything. Yes. Losing my mind. It's fine. We'll see you. I hope you have a good indeterminate amount of time until I see you again.